Welcome, everybody. Episode 10 of Off the Edge podcast with our good friends, Project Revolution. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us, man.
Awesome. Why don't we go down the line and you can introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
I'm Logan. I play guitar, sometimes drums, but not now, fortunately. Do some singing. That's pretty much it.
I'm Mitch Lucero. I play drums.
I'm Jaden Ernie. I play guitar.
I'm Jake. I play guitar, sing a little bit, whatever Logan wants me to do.
I'm Brent McDaniel, the bass player.
Sweet bass players. Oh, god damn it. Can't get rid of them, can you? No. Well, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Project Revolution. Well, what are you guys up to? Like, we played a show a while back, but things have kind of changed with you guys since then. So, why don't you give us a lowdown what you've been up to lately?
Yeah, we went through a few changes. Had Jaden on drums. Had been kind of looking for a drummer off and on, and Mitch got a hold of us and said, "Hey, you guys still wanting a drummer?" And so he ended up joining up and had a buddy of ours singing for us for a while, and he decided he was going to move back to Wichita and do a podcast over there and work and shit like that. And
Right on.
instead of getting another singer and have a 6-piece band, we figured we'll just take over vocals.
Makes sense. So how long ago did that all take place? So here pretty recently.
Yeah.
It was around February, I think.
It was right. It was right after the first of the year.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Now, how did you guys hook up with Mitch? Because he's the new guy.
Yeah.
New guy.
Mitch, we actually went and he got us a show back in February. Was it?
Yeah, somewhere.
And
March, maybe. It was right before the lockdown.
yeah,
Yeah,
It was
somewhere.
right
Yeah, it was
like
somewhere
the
around
weekend
there.
before the shutdown.
and we went and played with the band that he was in, Forever Faded, and yeah, he got a hold of us. It's been a couple weeks ago,
3 weeks ago or so.
and asked if we were still needing somebody, and because Brent wasn't able to make it for that show, and so Jaden
was
went to.
I was scared of the COVID.
He had to be. He's the oldest one in the band.
Yeah. That's true, man. I was like, I don't want it. I'm going to die if I get it.
But Jaden went to bass, and our drummer that we had beforehand, Kai, ended up coming and playing drums for us. So that kind of worked out good. And so Mitch was like, "Hey, I play bass and drums. If you ever need anything, just holler at me." And got a hold of us about 3 weeks ago and said, "Hey, you want me to come and try out for something?" And we were like, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
Nice.
Well, Brent ain't got the COVID yet. So,
Yeah. So they don't
he's
need a
playing
bass
drums.
player.
He's playing drums.
Knock on wood. I think this is wood. Yeah.
It's
Well, and it,
some kind of wood.
and
It's
it,
a wood-esque product.
Wood based.
Are you still playing in Forever Faded, Mitch?
Yes, I'm
All right.
doing both right now.
Cool. Is it hard to work out your schedules?
It's getting there.
Oh yeah, not here lately.
You got these goddamn divas wanting to monopolize all your time.
With people not playing anywhere, it hasn't been an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, maybe it's too soon to ask, but have you guys worked on any like material together yet? Like new stuff?
yeah, actually the first day that Mitch came and tried out, we actually ended up writing a song that weekend all together. Still working on lyrics and stuff, but we ended up getting the structure of it that day, and then last weekend we got together, and that was our second time with them, and we ended up writing another new song then. So
Awesome.
it's kind of trucking along, and
Yeah, it
everything,
seems like you
so-
guys are gelling really quickly. Then.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
You sticking in the same vein, kind of what you were doing before, very '90s grunge
yeah.
oriented. Or-
It kind of,
Yeah.
it's kind of a cross between '90s and early 2000s. Shortly after Chad left on vocals, he was the one that did social media and all that, and then I took over on social media, and I went through and kind of changed some stuff up on Facebook and stuff, and but I put it on there because we had like, I think it was like alternative rock or something, and I was like, yeah, I mean, we're starting to move into, you know, kind of harder stuff here and there, and so I thought 90s 2000s would be about right.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I definitely enjoy the demo. So you guys got a good thing going.
That's changed.
That's changed a lot.
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure.
And
It's a good
Thank-
starting point.
yeah.
Hey,
It was a really good starting point, but we didn't record any of that with click track either, so there were, and I'm sure you could tell, but there were parts that were kind of hiccupy, and you know, but that's also kind of us. That's why we kind of go after that grunge era, because it's kind of raw,
Right.
Right.
you
right.
know, and
Got that loose, got
Yeah.
a lot of feel, I guess.
yeah.
Wiggle room. I don't know what you call it. A bunch of things, I guess.
Feel.
Feel. Yeah.
Well, that and just the sound of it. I mean, it's not
Raw.
overly compressed. and-
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Not polished.
Yeah.
Well, it's maybe a fine line, but I would say like I like things that are polished but not over compressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that if you get in the loudness wars, you know, you lose a lot of the feel. And I think you strike that balance. You know,
Yeah.
that I mean, we're getting into kind of like, you know, production kind of territory and stuff. But
Well, that's fine. You know, and I agree with that. I with like the synth type stuff. I like that really polished.
yeah,
Yeah.
But then your drums, your guitars, your bass, vocals. I like it needs to be organic,
right,
and,
right.
and not clinical.
And I'm not saying I'm against using any compression. Don't
Right.
get me wrong. I'm just saying you can squeeze the life out of stuff though if you go
Absolutely.
too far. And I think a lot of bands do.
Yeah. Well, and I think we're moving away from the loudness wars. One, YouTube,
Right.
Spotify, they all have their own compression algorithms. And if you go over, you know, if what you upload is over their limits, then they'll compress the shit out of it. So
Right.
you got to be real, you know, aware of the different platforms, because you may have this perfect fucking mix and it just slams in your stereo, and then all of a sudden it's just
Sounds
ass.
like dog shit on Spotify.
You're right. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
But that's part of the problem too. You know, now you got to have masters for like all the platforms. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And then who really does CD anymore? So, I mean, if you do CD, you got to have mastering for the CD also, and it's a process. And I know you guys know about all that, but
Yeah.
man, it.
You know, I encourage.
Getting better. I wouldn't say that we
Yeah.
know all about anything. But,
We know it in terms of theory.
right.
Yeah.
Put it into practice is a different story. I you know, I encourage all bands to still put out some kind of physical media, because, you know, for one, I want it, you know,
Mhm.
and I may never open it. You know, I may listen to it on Spotify, but it goes up on my shelf, you
Yeah.
know, and it's just some, the big thing for us next time is we want fucking vinyl.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Yes. So I'll have Flash.
You don't have
Gordon-
any of
I'll
your
have-
last album?
No. I'll have the Flash Gordon soundtrack, the Conan soundtrack, and Edge Over Edge.
There you go.
Actually, I'm supposed to get Wage War here before too long on vinyl.
Oh, nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
I want to hear something metalcore ish on vinyl.
yeah.
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 Like, how does that translate?
I
Like, I don't even know.
I need to get some better speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm just running them over. You remember that Bluetooth speaker I had up in here?
Right.
I just run it over to that, and it is. I don't know if it's actually stereo or it's just summed.
Yeah.
But and then the record player I've got has built-in speakers. But you don't want to fucking listen to them on that. You need something with at least a sub. So I think I may rob some of my computer speakers and hook them up to it. But I don't know, man. Vinyl's cool. It really is.
Vinyl is cool.
Yeah. And it goes in waves, and I've gone in waves with it. Quentin got into it, so he stole all my records, and I gave him shit about it last weekend. He's like, well, you don't have a record player. I do now, motherfucker. I'll take my albums back. But he, there
Gives you an excuse to start a new collection.
Yeah. What was really cool is I saw a guy had the Thing. He just got the Thing soundtrack. Which, I always thought that was John Carpenter's music because it was all synthy and sounded like his shit. But that's Ennio Morricone, who did like The Good, Bad, and the Ugly and shit like that.
Wow, really?
But he did it on all the synth-based stuff. So
I always assumed that was John Carpenter.
yeah. But anyway, he the guy posted it online. Yes, I just got this today. It's amazing. And I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even think about that one. And so I get on Amazon, look, and I find the same edition, and it's $170. Holy fuck. I'm like, I'm going to check every record store I run into now for that album for a cheaper price.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any actual record stores around this area?
I know there's still one. I know there's still a Stick It in Your Ear in Springfield. Oh, well, shit. Vintage Stock in Joplin.
Right.
They do albums.
Yeah.
And then
What was the old place in Tulsa that was down there forever? It was a record store.
Starship.
Yes.
Starship
It's still
Records
there?
and Tapes. I think so. Yeah. I think so.
I haven't been there
Maybe
since
not
I
now
was-
after this, but
Well, yeah.
after COVID. But yeah, that was my first experience in a head shop. And it was like, what?
Starship was awesome when I was a kid.
No, I know. Every time you go to Tulsa, you'd be like, oh, we got to go by Starship. It's
Yeah.
like you must stop there.
It was back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Now, after growing up, it's got to stop at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Home Depot.
Home Depot.
That too.
Yeah. It's Home Depot.
Yeah.
For real.
Well, all right, you said you were working on music, and this is a question I ask everybody because, I don't know, the idea of us doing this was like, all right, well, what are the different ways that people express their creativity? What are their methods? Like, how do they attack a project? So, like, how do you guys come together to write music? Do you jam? Does someone come up with ideas? Like, how do you piece all that stuff together?
Kind of a little bit of all of it. It's just kind of, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Jake might come to me with some lyrics, or now Mitch, he sent me some lyrics that he's had, and he told me the other day he had like books of lyrics, and I'm like, awesome.
Right.
But Jake and Jaden will send me guitar parts, and I'll send them guitar parts, and then we'll send something to Brent, or whenever he comes to practice, we'll say, hey, figure out a bass line to this, and I mean, it's kind of a little bit of everything, like Jake said. We don't really have a certain process that we go by.
Right on.
Really
Oh, and then as we're playing it, it's like, well, try this.
Yeah.
Try this, or, tweak this. And
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yep.
Sometimes
Right.
we go back to
So
where we
it's
were.
kind of a combination of like you utilize the technology of being able to record ideas and send them back and forth.
Yep.
And then bring those ideas into the rehearsal space.
That's really been a game changer too.
Yeah, for real.
Well, and a lot of it that we send back and forth, except for the stuff that I send, sometimes it might be on, a program or something, but a lot of the time it's just our phones and maybe our acoustics, and we're like, hey, check this out. You know,
Well, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I got an idea and I don't want to forget. you know, and we do it here at practice, and then so I've got a phone full of shit that who knows if they'll ever get used.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem that we've got right now, because we've been doing YouTube videos now, and we were like, we got to do a video for this week, and Jake got a hold of me Monday, and he's like, we have no videos for this week, do we? And I'm like, shit, no, we don't. He's like, I'm coming over. So we did one real quick, and we'd get like halfway through it or all the way through it, and I'd just be getting ready to end it, and all of a sudden it shut off because, you know, the camera on my phone, it's like high quality, and
Right.
it shut off and say too much space, and I'm like,
And so then
seriously?
you got to go and make room. And,
Yeah.
Try it again. Didn't work.
Yeah, that's kind of how we were this week. Let's see, we had that gig last weekend, so we were kind of focused on that and kind of spaced off that we needed to have another podcast, and it was like, oh shit, you know, so we got to have one out Sunday, and you know, doing the audio doesn't take too long, but and really doing the video stuff doesn't take too long. I watch it and I bounce cameras back and forth. What takes long is then rendering that and then uploading that, especially when we're doing 2-3 hour podcasts, you know. So, jeez. And so then, you know, I got a hold of you and it was like, okay, we're going to do it Monday. And then I get a hold of him. He's like, I'm on vacation. I'm like, shit. And I go, when are you coming back? He's like, I'll be back Thursday. Can we do it Thursday? He's like, yeah, we can do it Thursday. We can do it Thursday. He's like, perfect. It's like, thank God. And then my wife was like, why can't you do it when I'm at work? I'm like, Zach's on vacation, man. Can you do it Saturday? I got to go and work Saturday. Not if I want to get it out by Sunday.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. My bad.
We got to do it.
And thank you guys for coming in, you know, being flexible enough to work around my stupid schedule. So I appreciate you.
We're always doing that with our schedules.
Oh yeah.
They're free.
We're used to it.
They're used to it with mine.
Yeah.
Yep, we might practice on a Friday night or a Saturday morning. We don't know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know.
And then we might skip practice that week and maybe do it during the week, or, you know,
Yeah.
it just varies. Brent goes on call every once in a while, and I'm on call every once in a while, and those don't line up. So
Well, somebody needs to say, hey, I need my call to line up with his. So who
Well,
had-
mine's every 8 weeks now.
what's yours?
mine's every 6.
Okay, so you just jump on the grenade and take one for the team and go every 6 weeks.
Whatever.
You have
used to work
seniority
there,
in the band and at work,
There
don't
you
you?
go. Like, come on, man. I'm doing it for the company.
Why don't you just tell your people to go to every 8 weeks?
If we had enough people.
So see, you're the solution.
Yeah.
Actually, if one guy was out of the picture, if one guy was out of the picture and the other guy didn't want to do every other weekend, because he does every other weekend, so, you know, I only get every 6 weeks, but then it'd be every other weekend or every third weekend.
Oof, that's rough.
We were
Yeah.
doing that at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't miss call at all.
No, it sucks.
I don't miss working in the extreme heat
No, it sucks.
and the extreme cold.
No, it sucks.
If you haven't noticed, Brent and I used to work together.
Yeah.
He's still
And it sucked.
Yeah.
It didn't suck when he was there. We had a lot of fun. We had
No,
a
I can
ton
tell
of
you, it
fun.
sucks working with Matt. It's
He kept me sane plenty of times.
So tell me, has Brent cleared you out of the band room yet? This guy can drop bombs.
Moist tracks.
Moist tracks.
That's the name of our first album. Is
Moist Tracks.
Moist tracks. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were-
right there.
We were doing a video one day, and all of a sudden I was screwing up big time. I couldn't remember the name of the song, and it's a song that I wrote.
Right? I feel your pain. Man.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, shit, what is the name of this? And then all of a sudden I hear right behind me, and I'm like, what the hell?
I was cracking up.
Yeah, that one hit the blooper reel.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good.
I wouldn't know anything about that. No.
How many times have I watched? Oh God! Zach's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happens. Every once in a while, a duck must run through here. Quack, quack.
Well, I'll never forget. I think it was your wife Crystal that said, "Oh yeah, we eat it. The Mexican place all the time." I said, "That's the fucking answer."
Yeah.
Now I know the truth.
If anybody's gonna clear out a room, it's this kid right here.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
High protein and junk food.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's the thing about getting older. You start eating better, and you just don't have the power. Well, obviously, I don't.
I don't either. I do for a month, and then I'm like, yeah, the hell with it.
Hey, man, I gave up soda.
I did too.
Yeah, it's been
Tea.
2 weeks,
That's it.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
I gave it up about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, well, I did too. When we got back on it.
I haven't done that yet.
Well, congrats, guys. That's hard.
It's very hard. I can't do tea because it'll give me kidney stones, and they suck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never.
I mean, I do tea occasionally, but right now it's just water and beer.
What else does a growing boy need?
Yeah, really.
Worked for me at 15. A shitload of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I seen something the other day. A kid on TikTok, he mixed PBR and Mountain Dew, and I don't remember what he called it, a Sandy something, and he was going crazy over it, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't think that would taste
There you
too
go. Give that a
good.
try, man.
I'm game.
Yeah.
It's funny. There was a call the other day that I was working on. I work on copiers, and the lady in there had Tab.
Tab.
I was like, "Where did you get that?"
Yeah.
She at the grocery store or whatever. And I was like, "Hey, can I try one?"
It's right next to the RC Cola.
Yeah. Well, she sent me on my way with one, and I had 2 sips, and I was like, "Okay, I'm done." I don't remember why they made Tab. It's the first diet drink ever. It's all saccharin.
Oh,
Is the
okay.
artificial sweetener. So it's 12 ounces of cancer. Yeah.
That's the name of an album.
12 ounces cancer?
12 ounces of cancer.
Oh.
All right. Well, question. I'm going to get serious. A lot of crazy shit happening in the world right now. I'm not going to get all political on you or anything, but I'm going to be politically adjacent, maybe. The name Project Revolution, to me, has maybe some political overtones. So I'm just wondering if there's a idea behind that, is that a political kind of statement, or?
Really, truthfully, it was draw of the hat. We were like, man, we need to come up with a name. Things are moving along. I mean, at one point we had a keyboard player in the band too, and things were starting to move, and we thought, man, we could go and play somewhere here soon. So we were like, we need a name. And we were sitting there thinking of it, and our drummer at the time had a truck that said it was somewhere on his truck, it said Evolution. And I was like, this was supposed to be a side project for Jake and me and Brent, because we were in another band at one point, and it was supposed to be a side project, and I was like, well, what about Project Evolution? I was sitting there telling my wife that, and my wife goes, did you say Project Revolution? And I was like, no, but I kind of like that. And I brought I brought it back to the guys, and they were like, that's badass. And that was our first thing, was Now everybody's gonna think we're a political band.
Yeah, it really has nothing to do
The next
with
Rage Against the Machine.
No, to me it was more like I kind of want to fight against what the majority of the music is now. I'd rather go kind of back to '90s, and
Yeah, right.
I don't really care for some of the new music. So to me, it's more of trying to get back to that.
Kind of revolt against the trend.
Yep.
The trends.
Yep.
All right. I like it.
Yeah. I think this is similar to what we were talking about the other day. You know, the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years, everything has been kind of divided into subgenres. And we're starting to see this trend where everybody is grabbing a piece of this subgenre, this subgenre.
Yep.
And I mean, it's not like, you know, metalcore with a little black metal. No, it's like metalcore with some fucking synth pop. You know, I mean, and so
Exactly.
kind of knocking down the walls of genres, of subgenres, because you know, at the end it's all fucking rock.
Yeah.
You know, some of it's heavier than others, but it's all rock.
Yep.
And that's where it all starts. So if you get one real technical, it's all blues.
Right.
Yeah.
Taking it way back.
Yeah.
Except when it's jazz.
Yeah. Don't get me on that.
We could have a blues versus jazz showdown.
Well, yeah, I'll take the jazz side because then I don't have to really fucking play. You know, it's like bad note. Oh, it's jazz.
It's true. That's very true.
So that's what we play all the time is jazz.
So we're a jazz band now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it's a blue note.
No. No. I disagree. I don't like that. I'm offended. I'm leaving. Does anyone want a drink or anything?
I'm good right now.
You good?
I'm good.
All right. Cool. I'm getting one.
You're so far from good. I'll take another.
All right.
I gotta stack my deck over here.
Put some Mountain Dew in it.
Yeah, no, I've got my cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so far, I'm the reigning champion. We've only done it once.
What do you mean cards? They got stuff on there?
They do. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's our new thing.
Dude, you're losing.
I don't know. Hand's pretty shitty right now.
Well, his is pretty ugly.
It takes a while. You know, you gotta build up.
Yeah. Get to 52.
Yeah.
Well, any gigs on the horizon for you guys right now? Or is it all kind of shut down with everything going on?
It kind of had been, which we had planned on taking a break anyways, and working on recording and different things. And Jake worked turnaround this year, and they had a big one instead of two or three small ones. And so we were planning on taking a break anyways and doing that. And
You know, that's better than the barbecue. Do you remember the barbecue?
Oh god, yeah.
That dude stunk so bad.
So we unceremoniously interrupted this program because I've been sitting here burping on Brent. Just a throwback to yesteryear.
It's just beer smell.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
When we were in this meeting one time for work, and there was this guy. It was after lunch, and this guy behind us. We had barbecue, and I don't know what else he had in his gut, but
my God.
he would burp, and we're just like, God.
And it was about every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She would blow this cloud
What-
came right between us.
What was the one? There was a wasn't there a call or was it a class or something? We had that guy that was like,
Oh no, that was out of the nursing home,
oh.
and he was sitting there drinking his coffee, and he was, and
And
then
we-
he'd take a sip of coffee.
Coffee meditation.
It's like, it's like,
Me and Matt had some good times.
shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Do you remember the night in Katy?
Which one?
The night in Katy when all the
The
cable
one
got
with all the
ripped down,
hookers.
and it was the night before Thanksgiving, and it was raining, and I was pissed off. And next thing I know, you're walking down the street with your pants around your ankles.
Yeah. No, I didn't remember that one.
So it was a
Oh, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
it was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
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 That's what happens after Taco Tuesday.
It was a Wednesday.
Was this at work?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was
That was
nighttime.
the
It was
great
a bad
mediator,
night.
you know.
Lines got ripped down in Caney. We get cold over there. It starts raining. Everybody's mad to be there. And I think to cheer us up, he dropped his pants and started walking down the damn street.
The underwear was still on. It was cold. I wasn't going there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we could do a whole thing just
Yeah, we could.
we can do a whole episode on where did Matt poop.
We could do that.
Oh yeah.
I could come up with 10 of them right now.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about diet. Like I was saying, a shitty diet, man, sometimes you just can't control when, where, or how it comes out.
He would just disappear. Where did Matt go? Oh, he's pooping behind that bush.
Did you see how white he got? Yeah, he's pooping.
Do you remember the time I pooped? I came in, I was sick, had the runs, and I went behind this cedar tree. And you were proud of me for finally pooping outside.
When the beat drops, you got to dance.
The dude was in the Army, and he has a problem shitting outside. I mean, come on.
This dude, where are you going? Going across the street to the church. I got to poop. What? Just
I used to work with a guy that was in the Navy, and then when his tour was over or whatever, he enlisted in the Army. And when that was over, he was in the National Guard. Well, anyways, when he said he was a crazy person, basically, he said when he's in the Army, he's in like infantry. He said they give him like little squares, to wipe with. He said you fold those into little tiny triangles. You wipe with your hand, and then you use that to clean out underneath your fingernails.
I never did that.
Oh. I was looking for confirmation.
See, that's when
that was true.
That's when a high protein diet comes in handy because it'll just fall out. I mean, it's solid and it's just like there's no rubbing the rim. There's nothing left to clean up.
That's what she said.
I'll do a lot of things, but no rubbing the rim.
Oh, you're missing out. Shit. So, we'd like to take this moment to talk about the beard struggle.
The struggle is real.
If you have a hairy bum, it might work for that too. Anyway, this is some scruff balm, and I got this with a kit of beard oil and some beard shampoo. Smells really good, works pretty good, and if you're interested in checking them out, it's thebeardstruggle.com. And the promo code is offtheedge15. You save 15%. So check it out.
Yeah. So please, if you're looking for some kick-ass beard products and you want to support the program, that's a great way to do it.
There might be a few people in this room that could use some beard products.
Did it work on that cowlick?
It helps. I think eventually I'm going to have to invest in the actual beard iron because that cowlick pisses me off.
I understand. I've got one on my left side that just won't stay down.
Yeah, it just does its own thing, man. It's like Steve Buscemi and which one is that? The one with Kevin James and Chris Rock and
Grown Ups?
Yeah. Was he in the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in, the eye off to the side. Yeah, that's the cowlick, man. It's like, yeah. Yeah, the struggle is real. Thebeardstruggle.com. I need to get paid for that shit right there. That was good.
Golf clap.
Yeah. Just wait till I try and squeeze in the other one later. Or squeeze out, whatever.
The way this podcast is going, someone's going to squeeze out something.
Yeah, you should never have put us together. Actually, no, it's probably safer that way because there's been shit flying across the table. Juvenile.
Very.
Very.
Keeps things fun.
Just imagine if Sugar Bear was here.
Oh my god.
Oh my, who's Sugar Bear? And why isn't he here?
And he took his freaking shirt off for me at that one house. You weren't there yet, I don't think. I was pissed off.
Yeah.
We were down in the basement. I come walking through, and he's standing there, his big old gut, just no shirt on. Good Lord. We all should have been fired.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was a different day and age. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The internet was in its infancy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had MP3 players.
We did.
When they were new.
We did. I still have mine.
I have mine in pieces somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to do something with the hard drive.
I bet mine still works, but I don't know.
Probably have a lot of sweet 90s and 2000s music on there.
I'm sure.
Right? God, I still have the GPS.
I do too.
It still works.
Yeah,
I don't fucking use it because I can use my phone for everything. But
No, didn't use it very long.
yeah. Remember when we tried to upgrade the maps and it was like $500?
Yep.
Fuck out of here.
And it came on a freaking SD card.
Right, but it was protected. I mean, once you slapped it in yours, that was it,
Yep.
man. It was registered to yours. They had good encryption. Garmin did.
God, we're old.
These are the stories you told me. I don't know what you're talking about.
You were there. You were there.
You're like back in the day.
You were there.
Yeah, but I was like a kid holding a gun. I mean, it was, . What's this do, Daddy?
Do you remember the? I'm not. I'm thinking of you holding something.
Oh,
And Sugar Bear. We locked Sugar Bear in the room.
God, I can't remember.
No, I'm not bringing it up.
Oh, it had to done something with shit.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I think I wiped my ass and chased him with it.
Not me. Didn't chase me. And it was a dare. It was like the end of the day. We're back in this room. Matt, there's toilet paper sitting there, and Matt goes, sticks it down his butt. Look at it.
It might still been a little dirty. It was a greasy day. I'm not,
So I slammed the door, and Charlie's over in the corner going, get away.
Oh shit! I knew this was a bad idea.
Good time.
Yeah. God, everything had something to do with poop.
Still does.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, if you can't get something funny out of poop, then don't talk to me.
It's fundamental. It's fundamentally funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was the time you tore your dirty underwear off.
Yeah, I think I just man ripped him too, man. I was like,
Oh my god.
yeah,
Good time.
yeah. Where was it? We went somewhere to help out, and I had to go, right?
Oh, I wasn't there. That was you and Charlie, and that was in Ottawa.
Ottawa. Okay, so I had to go. But this house I was in, these people were special. Okay? They were legal adults, but they were special. And, white. I gotta go.
Charlie said he turned white as a sheet.
Yeah. Can I use your bathroom? Oh, yeah, it's right in there. The door is beads.
Oh wow.
I'm like,
Charlie said he blew it up.
trying to shuffle those beads shut, and it's like, and I'm within earshot. Everybody's got like their fucking TV off because that was why we were there to fix shit. So it's quiet, and I'm like,
Right.
slowly, that the left leg rising up slowly, and then it's like.
And the beaded curtains are flapping around.
Charlie said I couldn't believe it. He said he's in there shitting. I'm standing there trying to talk to him. You can hear him in there shitting.
Get this, the same day though, he's driving around in his truck, and I don't know what happened, but his fire extinguisher goes off in the cab.
Oh gosh.
He pulls over to the side, and I pull over behind him, and everything is white. And somehow we got work done that day. Oh my God.
man.
So, tell us about your band.
It's a very big shit show.
Got big shoes to fill. Come on now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. So you don't have any shows planned?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can
We've
kind of
got
talk about it, but
we've got some in the works, and then we got one for sure in September. September 12th we're working with Wrong Kind of Podcast out of Coffeyville, and they're doing a cruise night, and then that evening this trailer that we've been working on with them, well, kind of been working on, but this it's a mobile stage trailer that's been around Coffeyville for years and years.
Right.
We're gonna be playing on that with it's gonna be us and Donnie Miller band.
Oh, nice.
Don't have all the details hashed out yet. They're still working on some stuff. So, but pretty much, keep an eye out on our Facebook page, and then Wrong Kind of Podcast and Big in Motorsports.
And
But
shout out to Wrong Kind of Podcast.
Yeah. Especially they do a lot of great interviews with local people if you're in Southeast Kansas.
And they do a lot of podcasts.
And they do a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, a lot of
I
podcasts.
believe that's Justin Martin or
Martin.
Martin. Justin Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, Martin. Man, I can't speak. Justin Martin. Yeah, he does a great job. So check out that podcast if you're interested.
Did you guys go ahead and apply for Niwala?
Yeah, we did do that, which, like I had told you, Jake had sent me that like a week before, and I just totally forgot about it and spaced out.
And it's the same with me. It's just like random. I thought, oh, I need to check that. And, again, thank God for phones, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, boom, think about it, do it. And I saw that they had the application up. So I was like, well, I'll send that to you too.
So are you going to play there this year?
What I told them is that we would love to, but we don't want to take the place of anybody that hasn't. So,
Right. Yeah, we played last year.
yeah, and
Oh, you played the
and
last several years, right?
the last 2
Two.
years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And so,
Well, and see, last year, Brent and I went and checked you out. I don't know
Right.
if Brent had ever seen you before, but that was the first time I ever seen you guys, and I was like, holy shit, these guys are badass.
No, I saw him.
Thanks.
yeah,
I saw him the year before up there too. So, but,
that was the cold one.
that was
yeah.
That was so cold.
Last year wasn't that bad.
No,
it was,
last
it was
year
actually really nice last year.
Yeah, last year was really nice, and actually that night was the night I went home, and I told my wife on the way home, I was like, his screams, that's what I want.
Yeah,
No.
the year before I think it was me and Rock went up there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cold.
For anyone listening or watching that isn't from, Southeast Kansas area, what we're talking about is Niawala, which is Halloween spelled backwards. Take a whole year in Independence, or a whole week out of around Halloween, and it's the biggest festival kind of around, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of
In
the
the
biggest.
area,
I think
Yeah.
maybe one of the biggest.
So
in the
they're going to
country.
have it, right? Because Coffeyville canceled their fair.
Well,
and
I
Rodeo.
guess if they're taking applications, I assume that they are going to have it. Yeah.
yeah.
I just thought of that. Coffeyville canceled their.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they've got a big rodeo in
Right.
August, and
Yep.
Yeah.
it's canceled. They're going to have the livestock show, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think
They
so.
were talking on Wrong Kind of Podcast. They were talking about possibly doing some stuff here and there. Maybe a night of a rodeo or something. It sounded like, but it's kind of one of those things. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right.
Everybody bitching and complaining.
Yeah, someone's going to be upset no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It's kind of par for the course right now.
Yeah.
I think, but
Yep.
it's definitely a good time, especially if the weather's nice.
Yep.
If the weather's not nice, then it's still good. I think it'd be good for you guys. Get in there. I definitely think people would hear you that otherwise would not hear you.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good thing to do, and it's all about community, which I'm always going to be behind that. So anything we can do, whether it's Coffeyville, Independence, just wherever you are, the more you can do to promote your own community. I mean,
Exactly.
And that's the idea behind the thing in September.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really what that's all about.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then there's another one possibly in September that Mitch is kind of working on with another gal, and and that's the same type of thing. Try and get some local bands, semi-local bands together to play, and and that's been our biggest thing is playing with you guys was the first time we played with another band, and then we went and played with Forever Faded and JWL, and I looked at Jake that night and I was like, we got to keep on fucking doing this.
Yeah.
3-hour shows for us is just killing us by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Especially with having, 60-year-old man in the band.
No respect. No respect.
Yeah.
It is like
Get no respect.
What night was it I had my back went out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his back went out.
Maybe, was that New Year's?
No. It was...
The time before that?
It was in November.
Yeah.
It was either the end of November or beginning of December, because Jake had just got over his cold or whatever he had, but he still kind of felt like shit. I'm pretty sure I had COVID at that time because
I remember that.
I felt like shit. I wasn't running a temperature whenever we started that
That was a
night,
bad night.
but
That was bad night.
by our second set, the end of our second set, I know I was running temperature. I was dog tired. I felt like shit, but I trucked along.
It was one of those that by the end of the second set, we're like, screw it. We're all going to just get fucked up.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens. We don't
We
care.
go out and we load everything up in the trailer and take it down there and get it unloaded, set it all up, and then everybody's gonna go home to shower and change and whatever. I go home, shower, bend over to tie my shoes. And the next thing I know, I'm hobbling back in that place. Like, get me a bench. I'm sitting down there.
Yeah, it was not a good night, but
Then I filled up on muscle relaxers and laid on the floor for the next 2 days.
I remember. I think Command only did when I was with you guys, when I was part of it, only did 1 4-hour show.
Oh my God.
And well, I mean, it was like 3 45-minute sets.
right.
Yeah.
That's
So,
about what we
it was,
do.
Oh,
it was
okay.
spread
Yeah,
out, But we had to haul the PA, everything, and we took it up to Lawrence, and did that show. And it just, I mean, it was a cool place, but it just happened to be the night. What they call that?
Oh man, yeah. There was some biker event thing. Wasn't
Well,
there?
no, it wasn't a biker event. That was what we were counting on because it was a biker bar. But it was the night that KU opens the gym for the first time, of the season.
Oh, yeah.
And so fucking everybody was there. I mean, we played the show, but it took the whole week to recover because I was, all the weight's right here, and so I'm like walking around like this because just back's all tweaked, and I don't.
Yeah, that band was built for those shows. That's what we were trying to do from the outset. With that was like, let's be able to play a whole night without another band, and
I mean,
and it's great if you can do that, but it is a lot of work. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work.
Well, and when
especially-
you're hauling all the sound stuff,
yes, it gets pretty
you
overwhelming.
gotta pick it up at the end of the night. And
I mean, you get more pay, but I don't know that it has been substantially more than anything that we've done since. Yeah, we haven't got paid as much, but in regards to the amount of work that we put into it. But I mean, it was 3/4 covers and 1/4 originals.
That's kind of where we were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a thing about the audience just getting fatigued of the same thing.
Yep.
you know?
Right.
I mean, that's why you do 3/4 covers, but at the same time,
Yeah.
If they all sound the same too,
Well, and not so much that they sound the same. I mean, to an extent, they'll sound the same because it's the same band
Yeah.
that's playing
Right.
them. But I think there's, people's attention spans don't last. You
Yeah.
know? So they're like, oh, yeah, we caught you guys. How long did you 45 minutes. Well, you caught one set. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we saw down at Chicks. By the end of the night,
Yeah.
we lost people.
yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, then, why don't we just play our original set 3 fucking times? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. If you're gonna be turned
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a lot less work, but I don't know. So I don't think we've ever specifically done this. We've talked a little bit about it, but man, give us some rig rundowns, man. Tell us what you're playing through, what you're playing and playing through.
I've got a Marshall solid state amp running through orange 212 rig. For a while, I was running through Jake's 412 Marshall half stack, but I was waiting so I could go and get me that orange rig because I just love the sound of the Celestial 30s. I mean, they just
Vintage 30s.
yeah,
Yeah.
they I don't know. It's warm butter. Yeah.
I think
They're a favorite for a reason.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think the 3 golden cabs are the 60s version of the Marshall cab.
Mhm.
And granted, all of these have vintage
Well,
30s in them.
well, that probably had like T75s.
Well, I mean, not like reissue.
Yeah.
What I mean,
Okay.
the orange cabs obviously, and then the Mesa oversized.
Yeah.
Right.
But I can tell you from personal experience, not owning one, just helping fuckers move them. Those Mesa oversized are called that for a reason. It's not so much that they're bigger; it's just fucking heavy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they make them out of oak and then line it with lead, but those things are fucking ridiculous.
I want to say it's birchwood.
Yeah. Usually it is birch.
But see, birch isn't that dense of a
No,
wood,
it ain't.
Yeah.
so I don't know.
I
I don't know why they're heavy, but they are fucking heavy.
the great.
I mean, you got to pay for something. Here, let's throw some weight in there. Maybe they got lead casters. I don't know. I hate moving those
Yeah.
things. But yeah, those are like the 3 holy grail cabs.
Camps.
So
Like some
anyway,
camps.
I cut you off there. So let's
No,
move
you're
into
fine.
guitars.
But yeah, my go-to guitar would have to be my Schecter. It's a Schecter Diamond Series. Just the pickups in it. I don't know. I bought it out of Guitar Center used. I don't think anybody changed the pickups because they still say Schecter on it, but just the sound of it, it's that heavy, and that's what I use for the drop C stuff. And but then I also have a Ibanez Geo that I use, and then I built my own pedal board. Still adding to and taking away.
That never ends.
No, not at all. I think Schecter gets a bad rap sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude,
And
I
they're-
think they make really good stuff.
Yeah. Well, you've got 2 of them, right?
Yeah, I've got 2 Hellraisers.
Yeah.
I've got them.
Oh, I want a Hellraiser so bad.
I've got the
Are you selling
Hellraiser with the Solo 6 body style. Both of them are they're different colors, but basically the same. But I've got one with oh god, what bridge pickup do I have in that? I think it's the Seymour Duncan. Oh, it's a passive Seymour Duncan. That's I don't know. And-
Like a JB or
No, it's not a JB. It's a weird one.
weird one.
Yeah, it's like a alternative 5 or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a weird one. But then it has a Sustainiac in the neck pickup, which is pretty fun. And then I've got another one with Seymour Duncan Blackouts that's active. But yeah, I really like those guitars.
And I've got the bass 6 that I really like. But I would tell you what, man, 30-inch scale is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it does great when you need to go to E1. Bass is E1, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. You go to E1. Yeah. We got some new stuff that goes to E1. It's crazy. But it's tuned to drop A, except for the E stuff, but I can drop it to E and it still not be super floppy because of that scale length. But yeah, I mean, if you do any, big wide chords, man, they're freaking wide chords.
Yeah. Well, I forgot all about it until you said that, but I just got me an Ibanez Geo 7-string not too long ago, and I'm still having fun with that. I mean, I've tried to incorporate it into some of our stuff, but the old stuff, it's not quite right for. Maybe the newer stuff, it might be more for, but it was just a cheapo that somebody had and lying around, and I was like, I'll buy it.
Yeah. I've had one 7-string, and I got it on a clearance through, probably musician's friend. And the picture of it, they showed it, and it's just, your standard Ibanez. But the picture of it's like magenta, or not magenta, like maroon. Okay, so, dark, deep red. But the color they called it was Magenta Crush. Okay, at that time I wasn't working on copiers, and now I know because the color copiers use cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Magenta is not maroon. And when it showed up, I learned that magenta is hot pink. And I was like, fuck it, I'm secure enough in my masculinity. I can play that.
Rock a pink guitar.
And the clean tones on that guitar were amazing, but the distorted stuff sounded like dog shit. So there was a point where we needed to generate some cash. So it was one of the first ones to go, and I haven't had a 7-string since. And I still want to get one for certain songs. It would I don't generally play the high strings, but there are a few that I actually need them, and one in particular I could really use the extra string. But anyway, I think 7 strings are kind of the way to go now as far as starting out.
Yeah.
I'd really like to find a 7-string acoustic.
They make them.
I know I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played one.
Yeah.
But I think I like one.
Yeah, they are a completely different animal, but it depends on how you tune it. So, I mean, you could tune it to like, B standard.
Right.
And then have that extra high string, or you could tune it to E standard and having that extra low string.
Mm-hmm.
So then that changes up what you can do with it. So, I mean, there's 1,000 different things you can do. You can tune them all to E. That'd be pretty wild.
Tune every string to E.
Yeah.
There's a guy on YouTube that does it.
Yeah.
He does odd tunings and
that's that
I can't
Rob
think.
Scallion.
No, it's some other dude.
Jared
I don't.
Dines.
No,
No.
I love Jared. Freaking hilarious. But,
Rob Scallion does some amazing stuff.
Oh yeah.
That dude is that's another thing. So many of these super talented musicians, they don't have to go out and play in bands. I mean, they just do this shit online and do it on YouTube, and it's like, fuck you.
We're out here busting our asses.
And we don't even play that good. Fuck you.
They can do it.
Yeah,
More power to them.
And that's a whole nother model. I mean, honestly, if we wanted to, we could just sit in here and jam out fucking fucked up covers like we already do, and just
yeah,
make them funny. I mean, that's the key. is 90% of these guys. Yeah, there are some guys that just sit there and just shred, and it's amazing. But 90% of them add humor to it, and that's the difference. That's the big difference. But we talked about this before once, where, man, I like being funny, but I like my music being serious, and I don't want to make fun of my music, and you know, it's like where you draw that line. I don't know. I mean, you know, the Foo Fighters make fun of themselves all the fucking time, and they're incredible. So, you know, just embrace it and do what you want to do, I guess.
That's the key, I think.
Yep. So what are you playing, Mitch?
I got a.
All right, moving on.
I got a Mapex crossover that I play on with the 1 up, 2 down. Nothing real fancy, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. Zach, tell me later.
1 rack tom, 2 floor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. So it's easy to move.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I was playing 2 high toms and 1 floor and switched over, and it's a little different getting used to. I had to change some of my fills around because some that I did with Forever Faded when we recorded was 2 up, 1 down, and then I switched over to the kit, and some of the fills I couldn't quite do with the setup of it. I couldn't move enough to get it. But
and then you come and practice with us, and it's 2 up, 1 down.
and I've got vinyl HCS cymbals, but I'd like to get custom classics. So always wanting to upgrade, I guess.
Yeah.
One thing.
Custom classics are what I got those about a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with it.
All right.
Yeah.
One thing I want to point out to you guys is, you know, WB gear, dirtbag clothing, Spectraflex cables, XL drumsticks, any of those, man, hit them up, because you'd be surprised at how easy it is to get endorsements. I mean, you just got to ask. What an endorsement really is at our level is a discount, but I mean that discount can be huge.
Yeah.
Right. For quality gear, like maybe that 10% or 15% would be like, well, I can get 3 of these kind of shitty cables, or I could get 2 of these really awesome cables.
Yeah,
I guess I'll go with the 3 shitty ones. Well, now maybe you can get the 3 awesome cables for the same price as the 3 shitty ones.
That would be nice.
Yeah. But seriously, just send an email, a little, you know, a video link. I tell that to as many people as I can, because I didn't realize how easy it was. And at first, you know, you'll send it, and it may be 3 months before you ever hear anything. But once you get that first one, then it's way easier, because well, they're endorsed by these people, so yeah, you know, they got a pretty decent social media presence, and you know, they're playing shows, and there are some that have requirements. It's like, well, you got to be playing like 200 shows a year. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's not us.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, that episode with
Joey.
Joey.
Yeah.
I love his plugins.
Yeah, he's my boy.
I love his plugins.
Yeah, we tight.
Tell him to come down to Coffeyville. But I love his plugins, and I didn't know he was so into it, like so deep into the algorithms and everything. And I learned so much from that episode.
Well, and he's extremely accessible. I mean, you go on to Instagram.
I didn't realize how accessible he was.
Yeah, you go onto Instagram, you have a question, you know, it might take a few days, but he's going to answer it for you, you know, and that's really cool. You know, one thing with some of his online programs, is you'll get a lot of emails.
Yeah.
A lot.
I've signed up with a couple of those.
You get a lot of emails. But you know, that's the business. And you know, I look at that and I'm like, man, that's a lot of emails, but you know, we probably should be doing the same thing. You know?
Well, yeah.
I mean, we don't have, well, I mean, we have merch, but I wouldn't say we don't have a product, but, yeah, man, it's just the hustle.
Yeah.
It's always
Embrace the hustle.
Yeah, pretty much. pretty much. We kind of slacked off during COVID, but it's been a creative time. That's what's important.
I think everybody kind of has band wise, it just seems like everybody's been kind of, well, we took so many weeks off and then we just decided, oh shit, might as well get together and, what do? We just sit and write and,
But I think it's good. I think it's cathartic to have that break, to walk away from it for a while.
Yeah.
And just not be occupied with other things.
Sometimes you got to just live life a little bit so that you have something to, that fuels that creative kind of process.
We walk away from it and you're like, all right, man, fuck, I'm bored. Where's my guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, well, we got to practice. We got to rehearse, or we got to do video, or we got to record this, or, having the podcast, kept our connection going through that. But yeah, man, it was like a break. And even though we were working, it still kind of felt like a break. It was weird. Everything slowed down. I think that was the important part.
Yeah, I was working on recording stuff, and then I kind of stopped for a little bit, and then I kind of got back into it, and we've been working on our album for a year now.
Dude, especially when you do it yourself.
Exactly. But, and finally, I think it was the week before Mitch got a hold of me, I was like, hey, Brent, you want to come over and do some videos with Jake and I and go ahead and lay down some bass lines on tracks? Yeah, we'll do that. And so we finally got the bass tracks done. I had done all the drums and some of the guitar parts. Well, now that Mitch is in the band, go back and lay down the drums because he's a better drummer than I am. So
that's kind of how it's worked for us for the last year. Every time we get close to being done, somebody leaves or something, and then it just kind of start all over.
Yeah, but that also brings new ideas, and it may forces you to make things better.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Quentin. Quentin doesn't. He's not the most creative of the three of us. Now 4 of us.
4 of you.
Yeah. We added another guitar player.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you about that.
And but he still has his opinions. He still wants what we put out to be as good as it can be, and sometimes he has a hard time expressing that. But like there was one song, I think the new track that we went back and forth the most has 6 variations from beginning to end. We've got one that has 2 and one that has 3. I mean, those pretty much wrote themselves. Mm-hmm. But we have the one that was, and it was just this sticking point at the breakdown. I'm like, man, it's pretty fucking heavy. And he's like, no, I can't stand it. It's not heavy. And so he got to that point where it was like, well, you little fucker, you want heavy? Here's heavy. And he's like, that's it. I'm like, all right, you're right.
But sometimes you need someone to push you to that limit of, no, it's not good enough.
Yep.
No, fucking do it better. You know?
And I feel like we all kind of do that with each other, I mean, it especially helps whenever you got guys that play numerous instruments in the band too,
Right.
They can, hey, why don't you try this?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I never would have thought of that, you know?
Yeah, and that's awesome. And it's cool that you guys are open enough and communicate well enough that you don't get pissed off if you're challenged a little bit. I think that's key. You
Not anymore.
Well, yeah. I mean, it can be an issue. I mean, I guess I'm preaching to the choir here, but if someone's just got their ego in the way, it can really be detrimental to the whole process.
Well, and you have the advantage of doing it yourself is it's taking longer, but you don't have to put out your album like.
We don't have a deadline.
Well, but you don't have to put out your it's like, oh, we already got the drums tracked, man. So we're not gonna go spend $2,000 in the studio to have you retrack them. It's like we're doing it ourselves. So when the thing comes out, it's you 5. you know, and that, you know, it's easier to sell it. It's easier to play it. If like, yeah, man, that's me on that, you know. So I mean, that's good. Did you have any more drums?
No, I'm good.
All right. You had the important stuff. So what are you playing, Jake?
My main guitar is. I really don't have a main guitar.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Whatever.
What do you feel like that day?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
right on.
Kind of whatever sound I'm feeling more. I usually switch between my Strat, sometimes my Les Paul, or every once in a while I use the Kurt Cobain remake.
Piece of shit Strat.
That
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Sometimes
bad.
those are the best, though, man.
This one,
He's like, no.
Does it not stay in tune?
After
Right?
every
hell
song,
no.
it's out of tune.
That's the worst.
It's
Yeah.
it needs some work.
whenever I popped my E string, whenever we played with you guys
Right.
on like the last song, and so I just never changed the string, and we were having practice because we were doing the show in Iola, and I was like, shit, I need a guitar in standard. And so he handed me that one, and I, the fuck, it won't do.
Yeah.
Made me change my strings.
Yeah,
real quick.
next guitar I get is going to have an Evertune bridge.
Oh yeah.
That to me seems like a game changer.
I think the best thing you can do for a Strat is put on a roller nut and then block the bridge
Yeah.
so it doesn't move. Or they actually make a replacement now. I actually have one on my first guitar, but since I don't play it, I'm just going to take that bridge off of it and put it on my Strat
Yeah.
and just, you know, lock that first guitar away. It's an oversized bridge, but it's so it fits over the cavity.
That's awesome.
But it's a fixed bridge. So I think I'm going to do that because my Strat has the same type of issue. I mean, I play hard, so it's easy to pull the strings out of tune.
Yeah.
I remember the first time Edge ever played, it was at a command show, and it was just because the guy there was like, man, you guys, why don't you get up there and do it during break, you know? And so we got up there, and Zach was the guitar player in command. And so I played his guitar, and by the time we were done, I literally had knocked his strings out of the nut off of the fretboard. I was like, what the hell's going on? I didn't break them, thank God, but...
Yeah. Obviously, I have a lot of more delicate of a touch.
And see, I use medium picks. He uses heavy picks. I mean, thick ass heavy picks.
3 millimeter, man.
Yeah, but
Oh, wow.
he's like, he's got these hard picks, but he picks softly, and I'm just like, bam. And I used to use hard picks, so I probably would have broke the strings if I was using those. But
That's about how we are. Need something real nice, go to him. You just want something to make noise, I can do that.
Need somebody to learn the song real quick, go to the boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, but was it like 2 days before the Iowa gig?
Oh,
I had to
yeah.
learn bass, guitar.
Yep.
2 days before, because somebody.
Dude, my life was on the line.
Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet?
Because I didn't go to that show.
yeah.
did you
yeah.
die?
You saved his life.
That's
You are
right.
a hero, sir.
That's right. Way to step up.
One of our very first shows,
Oh,
July 5th, that morning,
Oh,
our
yeah.
old drummer said, "Oh, I can't come." I had that morning to learn all the drum parts to
Yep.
every
Well,
single
which was
song.
that?
And we had a 3-hour set.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an outdoor party with family.
It was our
and
first
shit,
show.
But
That was-
yeah,
that
it
was
was
The
it was
first time
our
we were going to
very
do it in
first
front of
show.
people.
Yeah.
And the
But-
drummer backed out.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yikes.
That was Jaden. Hope
Well,
you
he
ain't
had
got
to
nothing
work or
going on
something,
tomorrow because you got 24 hours to learn.
No, you didn't tell me that. You told me at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Pretty
You
much.
said you have until 5 o'clock tonight to learn all these songs.
Yeah. He did it.
Yeah.
That's a trooper.
I can't
did.
tell you how many times that's happened. Where I've had to, hey, you need to learn this song by tonight. On it.
He does.
Oh, shit.
So you're rocking a Strat and a Les Paul, depending on the situation. What kind of amp you running through?
Usually mine.
It's a custom head into the Marshall half stack.
Nice.
Yeah.
I kind of have an affinity for customs.
Well, I mean, they're local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or used to be local.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I can't remember what model the amp is, but yeah.
It's just something we picked up because my Marshall crapped out.
Yeah, he blew a tube. Was it a tube?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And I think the transformer
But
blew
yeah,
too.
I tore a
that
lot of
sucks.
Tube's fine. Transformers.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got it fixed, but
Yeah.
we tried to dig into it ourselves, and we were like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
Yeah, I got into pedal building because I wanted to learn how to build amps, and then amps aren't that difficult, but the voltages that you're messing with aren't as much fun, and the components are just fucking expensive. The output transformers and the God, I can't even think of what they're called now, but I just never got that far because like the stuff for making pedals, aside from the box, stuff for making pedals is like half a cent. You know, it's like this piece is
Yeah.
you know, 1/10 of a penny. You know, so you got a whole bunch of stuff, and that's a lot of fun to do. But yeah, man, I'd love to build an amp someday.
You'll do it. You can do it.
You know what would make me even happier?
Having someone build the amp for you.
Absolutely.
Don't make Project Revolution do it because it'll never get done.
So it's like never-ending Project Revolution.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So dated.
That's great. Turbo Kid. You guys got to watch Turbo Kid on Amazon Prime.
Okay, I heard you talking about that. Who stars in it?
Fuck if I know.
Okay.
Because I feel like I've seen it before.
The only notable actor in that movie is the main villain, and it's Michael Ironside.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah. But it's, last year? Like 2018, 2017, 2018,
Something like that, yeah.
2019, somewhere in there.
But you would swear that it was made in like 1982 or something.
Except for Michael Ironside's older and
Right.
larger. That movie is so fucking good.
It's so good.
I mean, it's like it falls right in line with the feeling of like never-ending story and stuff like that. It's just ultra violent. But yeah, I mean
in the wonderfully cheesy way. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, the opening, you have this opening scene, and then it goes to credits, and it's like something. It's like the opening credits to BMX Bandits. Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted Electric Boogaloo.
Highly recommend. So good.
Break it too.
Yeah, the Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. I was an extra in that movie. No, it wasn't. You, sir.
Last Dragon. Showing up.
Oh, shit. That's like one of my favorites of all time.
Bruce Leroy.
What's that from?
What? You haven't seen The Last Dragon?
Apparently not.
Oh my God.
That's your homework.
Yeah.
You go home,
Okay.
You watch The Last Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this an old movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
really?
It's
Yeah.
80s, probably mid 80s.
It's like the
right?
first movie Vanity was in.
Oh, really?
You remember Vanity?
Wait, which band are we talking about?
The like Prince's Vanity.
No, I don't know.
No. Yeah. Man. Anybody?
I guess I haven't
No.
seen it.
Crickets.
When you got that glow, your body knows when you got that glow. Oh my God.
I mean, it's like Coming to America era. Actually, it's like
Probably
before
watched
that.
that.
I did
little
watch- I
before
watched
that.
that the other day.
Electric Boogaloo, you know, during.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's like, what is it? Is
black
it like-
exploitation.
Yeah, does it
Yeah.
take place in Harlem?
Yeah.
Harlem, and it's like this
But the hero's Bruce Leroy.
Bruce, yeah.
Okay.
Bruce Green. Or no, is his name actually Bruce? It's not Bruce, is it?
Yeah. Well,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It's Leroy. Leroy Green. His name is Leroy.
Didn't they call him Bruce Leroy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Or maybe they were just making fun of him.
they were just making fun of him.
But the big baddie is, he's the.
Show Enough. The Shogun of Harlem. Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Okay. Let's check it out. You've never let me down.
It's classic 80s, man. All the way through.
Huh?
Never let him down.
No, hey, when it comes to movies.
Never going to give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Actually, he did. There was one movie he let me down, and I can't even remember the name of it. That stupid zombie movie.
Which one?
I don't know.
There's so many.
Well, it obviously wasn't Shaun of the Dead.
No, it wasn't that one. No,
Stupid zombie movie.
No, they were some kind of alien zombies or something. It was terrible.
Alien
You
zombies.
liked it. Yeah, I don't know. It was bad.
Mm.
But there's so many other movies that I have to give you credit for me watching.
I don't know. I don't like Fargo, so.
I was never a big Fargo fan.
Yeah, okay.
So slow.
I just.
Yeah.
I like most of the things Coen Brothers do, but I didn't like that one at all.
Welcome.
Yep.
All right. Gear.
Yeah.
We were talking about gear.
Yeah. In movies.
What kind of stuff are you using?
Fucking alien zombies.
I don't remember. The movie sucked, dude.
I've got a Marshall JCM 2000
Nice.
Nice.
and Marshall cab. I'm a big telly guy. That's my go-to.
Telly. All
Yep.
right. Telly through the Marshall.
Yep. And
Sounds damn good.
got a pedal board, but all it's got is distortion. So that's every time I go buy a pedal. Ooh, I gotta have more distortion.
It's my pedal board now.
Yeah, it is now. He's kind of inherited that.
Actually, you can take them all. There's only 3 that I want.
So then are you taking over most of the vocal responsibilities?
A majority of it.
I guess at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, if Logan says you're singing this one, then that's what I'm doing.
Right.
He's a better singer than I am.
I said that a long time ago that he should be the lead singer.
The fucking judge over there.
I don't
you
know.
gonna do this?
I don't know about that. Yeah.
I actually like to plug in my alien zombie into the flux capacitor. That's the way I roll.
Doc!
And then into a big fucking woofer the size of a wall.
No shit, yeah.
You made a time machine out of a DeLorean? Fucking alien zombies.
The only downside is I have to deal with Libyans for
the
plutonium.
Yeah.
roads where we are going. You don't need roads. See, now my brain hurts. Fucking alien zombies.
God, it was a shitty movie.
Jesus. It's okay. Everybody's wrong sometimes.
It was one of the. You remember when we were getting the movies
From Blockbuster?
for Blockbuster and burning them?
Yeah.
Dude, we, had,
Blockbuster.
we figured it out.
Yeah.
Matt had to
2
poop.
DVDs, huh?
Matt had to poop.
No,
I always had
actually,
to
not
poop.
on this. I don't think.
I pooped at Blockbuster once.
It was shut down.
Borrow the key.
So what kind of bass rig you got going on?
I don't know. I play a bass.
He's got a bass.
It's got some stringy things.
with a speaker.
Sometimes I play through the amp, and sometimes I don't.
Again, whatever I say goes.
Exactly.
That's it. That's it.
It's a running joke.
So you've been using the bass pod?
Actually, not lately. We started out doing it. And
Yeah.
We need to.
We kind of messed around with it a little whenever you got it. And,
Here
found-
lately, we haven't.
yeah, I found a lot of cool things on it and just
At least have
haven't
enough.
really.
The bass I play is a cheap Ibanez that I bought because it's lightweight and it doesn't hurt my back.
Ibanez's are great.
It's
For
a
that.
good bass. It's
Yeah.
a good sounding bass, man.
They're great for that.
It's what we record with. I mean, I got a 5-string. I don't know what it's called, but it's what I used to always record with. And after he came along with his
Yeah.
Ibanez, it's like, nope, We're recording with that Ibanez.
Yeah, it's a good bass, and it wasn't very expensive. I had a Squire 4-string and a Squire 5-string, and I was playing the 5-string at church, but it killed my back. But I wanted a Fender really bad, and so I go to Guitar Center, and I'm gonna spend $1,000 on a Fender, and I saw that one, and I was like, "Holy cow!" So,
yeah,
like $200 and awesome little guitar.
I have no problem with Ibanez basses. I really like the way they feel. I like the way they sound. And I'm not a fan of Ibanez guitars.
Neither am I.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I don't
I'm
like
not.
the pickups and the guitars. That's my biggest thing. I'm gonna change the pickups in my 6-string Ibanez and put a 5-switch in there and phase, do the whole thing to where I can get a telly sound, a Strat sound.
Look, man, we ain't calling you out. If you like Ibanez, man, play Ibanez.
Yeah, right.
We just don't like Ibanez. You know? It's like,
I
fuck
like the
Ibanez.
way I like the way it feels.
Yeah,
you know?
see, I'm the opposite. Like I like a more substantial neck.
Yeah,
There's I don't know. It weirds me out. And the string spacing
you
is a
doing
little
this.
wider. We are wild stallions.
Did you guys see the trailer?
Yeah, I seen that.
I haven't seen the trailer
Yeah,
yet.
oh,
Is it
yeah.
I
out?
haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I'm slipping.
Yeah.
He
I've got
should-
homework.
Death is back in.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew they've been saying that he was going to be in it since the script
Yeah.
came out.
You know, Keanu doesn't look old until he shaves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
he looks old shaved. Yeah,
yeah. He looked a little rough in that.
yeah, yeah. But
Well,
man,
what
what
was
a guy.
that? 30 years ago or something?
Yeah, at least.
God, we're old.
Yeah, we should all
This
aspire to be like Keanu.
Hey, yeah, they're as old as I am.
No, you're older than us.
Not by much.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It can't be by much.
You hitting 50 this year?
No,
No, not yet.
no.
What? 2 more?
3 more things?
God, you're 47?
I will be.
Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm not the baby in a band anymore. Growing up, being in bands, I was always the baby of the band. But
When you're the oldest, you won't think that. I used to be the baby in the band. Not anymore. I want to be the baby in the band again.
I'd like to be the baby.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the middle kid now. I'm the one that everybody
You're the middle
forgets
child,
about.
yeah.
Matt is the all-knowing ancient one of
Yeah.
Edge Over Edge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Something like that.
I'm not far
Ancient
behind.
one.
though.
Who's your new guy?
Daryl Rocky.
Don't know.
Daryl Neal. Daryl Rocky. There's some daddy things, so yeah, I think it's Rocky now.
Okay. Okay.
He's
There's
gonna-
some what?
He's, no, he's gonna give me shit for that.
All right. It took me a second to wrap my brain around that.
Well,
yeah.
you know, we were at the show the other night, and I'm like, I'm interested. This is Quentin Austin. This is Zachary Lyon. This is Daryl. What the fuck you going by now? Or whatever. This is Daryl.
Daryl, my other brother.
He used to be in Elder Earth. He played with us for a year. 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago.
Has it been that long?
I think
guess
so because we had
Man.
I think we had 1 or 2 years without, and then he played with us.
Yeah, it must have been because we had like a year. He left, and then we recorded the album. That took a while, and then the album's been out for a while.
Almost a year now.
Yeah, so yeah, it must have been like 3 years ago. Or he
Yeah.
probably left like 2 years ago. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah.
my God.
Daryl.
If you're still listening out there, fucking bless you. We love you. Sitting through me rambling.
Yeah. So
yeah.
rig rundowns. Oh, it's my turn. Oh wait, that didn't work.
But Daryl kicks ass. We'll have him on here at some point, I'm
And
sure.
and
Maybe
it-
next time.
His alter ego, Bob Valentine.
Yep.
Did you ever watch any of those?
The movie you made?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. With the pew pew.
Yeah.
The world needs more Bob. We need
Bob
more
Valentine. Search YouTube.
So he was Bob Valentine.
He was Bob Valentine.
Okay.
He is. He is,
is
Bob.
Bob.
Yeah. No.
Yep. Good times. Jack Scarbarn. Stacking them deep and selling them cheap. Woo!
That was actually a very good movie.
The Halloween special?
I don't know.
Was it
What I
like
sent
30
you the
minutes
QQ
long?
for. Yeah, something like that, I think.
We did
Was that in the roller disco? Or
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
was?
Yeah, so we did a mashup. There's another podcast, a bunch of our friends in the band Flosion. They do a podcast called Strange Days. Anyway, so we kind of mashed up Strange Days with Bob Valentine. So they went to ghost hunt the legend of the disco demon. And hilarity ensued. That was the longest project we did. That was our Halloween special 2 years ago. And that ended up being 30 minutes
When you
long.
make another, you told me you had a part for me.
Yeah, I want to do a noir. We've got this whole thing, not the whole thing. That's the problem. But I've got like the beginning scene. So it's like he's a used car salesman, right? So it's gonna be all in black and white, like an old private detective, private eye show. Anyway, the first part of it is gonna be just like close-ups of his eyes and revving of an engine of a badass Mustang, and he's going to be narrating the beginning of Black Sunshine by White Zombie. You know what I'm talking about? And then right at the end of it, they're going to pull out of the lot, and he's actually test driving with this other guy, and the fucking Mustang dies and smoke comes out. And then from there on, we haven't figured out what's going to go on. But there's going to be a dame that comes in, and she needs Bob to do something. I don't know. We want to do this whole black and white thing.
Brent, put a wig on Brent. He could be the dame.
No, he told me Joe Pesci. You told me Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci? Yeah, that'd be fucking perfect for that. I don't remember this, but, whatever.
You told me a Joe Pesci chewing gum.
I mean, I totally believe that I was that specific,
Yeah.
but I don't fucking remember.
Yeah. You didn't record it on your iPhone. That's what
That's the problem.
He was out of space.
That's true. If it was already a movie, I'd know every fucking thing about it. I'm starting to migrate to Vudu. I spent one whole afternoon because I've accumulated Blu-rays, and I'm like, I don't need Vudu. And then I thought, I don't ever put a disc in. I go to Netflix. I go to Amazon. If it ain't on there, it's like, well, we got it in the closet. Yeah, I don't want to
do that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I
all
gotta go
right,
find
one
it.
afternoon, man, I got all these discs out, and I had like a stack this big, and I'm pulling out the cards, and they say they're only good for like 30 days. Bullshit. There's shit in there that's like 3 years old, and I took it. But there were several of them that I'm like, damn it, I threw it away. But the problem I have with Vudu, and I would literally strictly go to digital, except that the Vudu movies cost the exact same as buying the disc plus digital. So you can go buy the disc and then enter the code. And at least you got a physical copy, that, servers go down or, it's the end of the world. If it's Armageddon, my fucking Blu-ray player is still going to play, by God. I got the end of the world plan.
Just need a generator and
And a Blu-ray.
Blu-ray,
Good
my
to go.
flat screen.
That's right.
Good to go. Yeah. For a long time, I had planned on converting everything to digital, and I was like, that's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, I did that before. Streaming. So I would rip every CD, hundreds and hundreds of CDs. Like, had hard drives full of music.
Oh, I did too, and then my hard drive crashed.
Right.
Now, granted, Spotify has almost everything that I lost, so I'm like, yeah fuck it, But fun fact, I was looking for on jumping back to soundtracks and vinyl. Right, I wanted to get the Resident Evil, the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get that soundtrack, the actual score, on vinyl, because it was like Marilyn Manson and Jeff Johns. They're the ones that did that score, and I fucking love that score. That's not on Spotify.
Really?
Yeah. You can't find it on Spotify, and I can't find it on vinyl. Can't even find it on CD. You can find the CD that has all the songs when it's like music from and inspired by.
Yes.
You know, it's like songs that never made it to the soundtrack, but it's like, hey, you know, we're going to throw them on here. They've got that. So I'm going to have to start going through, because I know Quentin liked the same songs that I did. And there was that stretch of time where I burned a bunch of CDs for him to listen to while he was driving. So I got to go through all those and try and find those and recover those, because those are awesome metal plus kind of synth type stuff. Just real industrial, you know, during the post Antichrist Superstar era.
Yeah.
When it was still heavily Nine Inch Nails influenced, and when it was awesome.
Yeah. Antichrist Superstars, definitely my favorite.
Absolutely. Golden Age of Grotesque is really good. But and Portrait of American Family. That's good.
Yeah.
There was this guy I used to hang out with in Coffeyville. He was a guitar player, and he had actually turned me on to that first album, and that first song, "Cake and Sodomy."
Yeah. So
He-
good.
Yeah, but the first time he heard it, he always thought it was. He thought the phrase was "suffocate inside of me," and so that always stuck. And I actually wrote a song like that, and that was called "Suffocate Inside Me." And then later on, you know, when that band broke up and we didn't play that song anymore, then that line fell into a lyric into another song, and it's that story has always stuck with me, and I love that "suffocate inside me."
That's what you tell the gerbils.
That's what Richard Gere tells the
Oh.
before you prolapse in the pool.
Yeah. Oh.
And to people that don't know what I'm talking about,
Explain, you must.
you know, go onto YouTube and look up the story "Guts" by Chuck Palahniuk. He's the writer of Fight Club. And don't eat a heavy lunch before you listen to it.
It's disturbing. Matt subjected us all to that short story
Yeah.
right before this podcast.
And it was great for the people that came in late, because they're like, what? There was no setup, you know. It was like, dude's jerking off in a pool. What? His ass gets stuck to the fucking
Oh, you just
drain.
giving away the whole thing.
No, not hardly.
There's a lot.
Now everybody's intrigued now. It's like, ass stuck to the drain.
Pearl diving.
Yeah. Pearl diving. Diving for pearls.
I can't find it, but there's some really good zombie movie names in here.
Right?
Tokyo Zombie.
Oh, speaking of zombie movies, anybody watch Train to Busan?
Uh-uh.
I have not seen that yet.
It is Korean, I believe, and it's subtitled, but you don't really have to read to know what's going on.
Oh, well, yeah.
And it's really good. It's really good. A guy gets on the train to Busan, obviously, with his daughter, and then obviously there's a zombie outbreak on the train. So, and in Japan, these are high-speed trains, so it's not like you're just gonna bail, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a really good movie. So there's some more homework for everybody.
Sure
Train to
that-
Busan.
Sure that ain't a Nicolas Cage movie.
I'm sure they'll remake it, and he'll be the bees, the bees. Digital phlegm. Is it me or is it you? It's you.
I don't know. Nicolas Cage needs to be in every movie. He needs to have a cameo in every movie.
There are two of his latest movies that I still haven't watched that actually get really good reviews, and it's because he goes full Nick Cage in it. Mandy, anybody seen that one?
No, I'm not.
I want to.
Actually, I think they're from the same director. Mandy, and then Color Out of Space, which is a Lovecraft story.
Really?
Yeah.
Color Out of Space.
Yeah. Now that one I know.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah. That one I know is it's on Amazon, but it's like rental right now.
Right. Just like Matt said, opening up this whole thing, like he wants a physical copy
Exactly.
of things. You know.
I
And
want
I agree.
I want a physical copy of the local bands. I don't give a fuck about the majors.
That's where we came from. I mean, back in the day, you had a cassette for everything.
Oh yeah.
You had a blank
Freaking
cassette,
Columbia House.
a
I'm
fucking
going way
sound
back.
design, fucking entertainment box.
You're damn right. You did.
And you sat and you listened to the fucking radio from Coffeyville. It was like, don't you fucking talk over this. Don't you fucking talk over this. Don't fucking talk over this. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
We're debuting the new Motley Crue and we're going to talk over this. You
And
motherfucker.
now, number 1 on the charts. Here's
Yeah.
Paradise City, Guns N' Roses.
So, did anybody in here just, did you all love Guns N' Roses from day one?
Not really.
No.
Maybe Slash a little here and there.
Welcome to the
But-
Jungle was a great song. I love that song.
I liked from the start. I didn't love,
See,
but yeah.
I couldn't stand them. I could
Really?
not stand them. They were one of those, and same with Rage Against the Machine. I couldn't stand them from the start. Then they grew on me,
See,
and
I went the other way. I liked them when they first came out, and then I thought they got worse and worse and worse.
that's fair. I mean, you can only do the
They
same
were
thing
They
so
were
many
something
times.
new. When Welcome to
Right.
the Jungle came out, that was something different.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because all we had was Bon Jovi and
right.
Def Leppard, and then
Right.
they come out.
And
Well,
there's a little more
what is this?
There's danger.
danger. Yeah,
Danger.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say sleaze, but no, you had Faster Pussycat and the LA Guns, and they were fucking sleazy.
Yeah.
But fucking Guns N' Roses just seemed dangerous, you know. And then Appetite for Destruction grew on me, and
I thought that was a really good album.
it's the best thing they ever did.
Yeah.
Mr.
Period.
Brownstone's probably my favorite
that's a
song
great
that
song.
they've ever done.
That album I love front to back. That is one of those albums I absolutely love front to back. And the absolute best way to listen to it is on headphones. Because you hear that separation. Because you got Slash over here and you got Izzy over here. And it's distinct. And the things that they did opposed each other in a perfect way. I mean, that album was great. And you know what? Honestly, what killed them was Axl.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. You know, every album after that was like, oh, we got to do it. You know, it's like, have you watched the Dewey Cox story?
Yeah.
No.
What is the Dewey? What's
Yeah.
that?
In my dreams, you're blowing me. Some kisses.
It's a John C. Reilly movie, and it's like a spoof of Walk the Line
Okay.
and all those. But there's this point where he becomes so big that he's got like this full orchestra, but then he's got this Amazon fucking tribe in there making just boom, 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 you know, type. And that's what every Guns N' Roses album after Appetite, he just overdid it.
Right.
You know,
It
just
jumped the shark a little bit.
Everything just was over the top. But you gotta watch that movie. That fucking
Oh, that's
yeah.
a great movie.
All right.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix right now, actually.
Right on.
Yeah.
I will check it out.
yeah.
This is marijuana, Dewey, and you don't want to do it. What? Does it make you sick? Hell no, it doesn't make you sick. It makes you feel awesome. Do you want to have sex when you're smoking? Yeah, you want to have sex.
I'm kind of thinking I want some of that.
All right, do you feel bad the next day? No, there's no hangover, dude.
Well, at the end, he's talking about Viagra. He'll make you think, I don't think I want none of that. I've got to be clean. Oh, shit. Yeah. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox
Yeah,
story.
Walk Hard.
Yep.
No, all right. I remember that
Yeah.
coming out. I just never did get around to watching it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
good.
I ripped the soundtrack from it.
Walk Hard.
A band that you were saying Guns N' Roses had to grow on you. Something I wasn't ready for because I was so deep into the 90s grunge era stuff. Alice in Chains and Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden, all that stuff. When I saw for the first time Head Like a Hole, the video for Head Like a Hole from Nine Inch Nails,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? This, it's just,
Yeah.
it seemed like it came out of left field for me. And that had to,
They totally did too.
yeah. I mean, it took me a while to wrap my head around that. But once I did, I love it.
Well, it is funny because Nine Inch Nails, man, just grabbed me automatically.
Well, you loved Duran Duran and all the synth pop stuff.
Yeah.
Which is what he was.
Yeah, that's what
before.
inspired him.
Yeah.
So I can totally
Yeah.
understand why you would just immediately be like, yeah, that's awesome.
Well, and then on top of that, finding out that he did it,
Yeah.
he did it all, and I'm like, this just opens up the whole world because at that point I was like, man, I gotta find a drummer. At that time I wasn't the singer. I was just a guitar player. I gotta find a bass player, singer.
Right.
I was like, oh, what? You can do it all yourself? What the hell? And that was history. Nine Inch Nails did that. That was cool. So then it was like Nine Inch Nails, and then it was like, boom, Pantera. I was like, holy shit.
I think it was a while before I listened to Pantera. I think there was quite a gap for me between Nine Inch Nails and Pantera.
Honestly, my escalation is Duran Duran, Bon Jovi, because that was like the heaviest shit I'd ever heard. So that tells you a lot.
Yeah, right.
And then Motley Crue, and then it kind of then we hit grunge, right?
Yeah.
We hit Nirvana, and it was loud and it was raw and it was angry.
And it was totally different.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Nine Inch Nails came up at the same time, as well as Tool.
Yeah.
And somewhere in there was Pantera too. And I got into Pantera late in the game because when I found Cowboys from Hell, it was like a month later, Vulgar Display of Power came out. And I fell in love with Cowboys from Hell, and then Vulgar Display of Power was like the song, a fucking new level, and I didn't know how to handle it. I was like,
yeah.
This is not Cowboys from Hell. And you keep listening to it, it's like, whoa.
Right. Like I didn't know Cowboys from Hell existed. I didn't know Pantera existed until the first song I ever heard was A New Level. That was my introduction.
Wow, that's
so
a hell
I
of a
was
gateway.
really late to the game on that.
No, but that's awesome.
And I was just like, this is a new level, dude. It was a new level of heavy. I was like, I didn't know music could be this heavy. I was like, how do I feel about this?
Right. And it's so funny
Fucking
too,
crazy.
because you listen to it now. I mean, it's still, that whole album is perfection. But how your tastes change, how genres grow. I mean, that's where that started, and everybody thought that was the heaviest shit. And so somebody out there was like, "Oh, we gotta go heavier," But there's a fine line between just going heavier and being better.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's funny because out of all of those guys' projects, Pantera is not the one I listen to the most anymore. I still appreciate and I still love it, but if I'm gonna pick any of those projects, it's down, and it's that sludgy New Orleans Sabbathy, and it's just, that stuff is perfect to me. Those first two albums, the everything after those first two albums is hit or miss. Those first two albums are incredible, and they're just. It's like audio swamp ass, man. It's just it's just dirty.
It is.
It is great. But
I think that tells you a lot about where Matt comes from musically. Is
right. That's
there.
Kind of a cool, weird line, right?
Like
you got to throw a dash of Katy Perry in there.
Even those first two albums, like there's a couple songs that really grab me, and the rest of it, I'm just kind of like, that's too muddy and sludgy for me.
It's good. It's good. Just dirty.
Yeah.
As Quentin would say, it's just dirt nasty.
It's dirt nasty.
Dirt nasty.
Well, and I think that's a good thing in a band for sure.
Yeah.
You know, people with different acquired tastes. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
you got a metalhead, a guy that loves rap, whatever. And, how do you think Rage Against the Machine came together? Stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
And Linkin Park and,
Yep.
but, it used to always be, country for me. And then growing up and everything. And then my drummer at that time, we were at church one day and he goes, "You heard of this band named Zao? They're a Christian metal band." And I'm like, "The hell is that?" And I knew what metal was, but I was like, "There's Christian metal out there?" And and he played it, and I mean, it was
Right.
and I'm like, "I don't know about this." Well, we would stay the night at the church on weekends, and it was just me and a couple buddies and maybe an adult, but we were pretty much just hanging out, having a good time. And we would probably should have been doing it, but we were watching scary movies, playing truth or dare. We'd play hide and go seek, and we'd play heavy metal and turn out all the lights. And that's whenever I got into heavy metal, was that time. And I'm like, "Oh shit,
That's a
this
pretty
stuff's
awesome
good."
story. Like, you could say, like, man, church got me into heavy metal. That's awesome.
See, that's where we're kind of the same kind of like. I grew up with late 80s, early 90s country. I didn't know anything else existed until this is how late I got into it. I saw a rerun of Saturday Night Live with Pearl Jam on it from the first time they were on there. And I saw that and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is fucking awesome. And then it was just like, okay, that's all. Grunge was it. I was hooked. I was done. That's what I like. That's it.
Well, and I kind of liked grunge. I liked the popular shit. And it wasn't until Jake and I started hanging out whenever I really got into it, and I'm like, holy shit, this stuff's awesome.
Right.
And then the whole way this whole band came out is because of him, because he came up to me and, "Hey, you want to teach me guitar?" Sure, why not? Taught him guitar for about a year or two, and I'm like, "Dude, you've learned everything I can teach you." And he's like, "You want to start a band?" Sure.
Let's do it.
But
Nice.
yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, I think when grunge hit, it was like it was definitely an awakening for me. Just like, I got the one that really like grabbed me was Alice in Chains.
Mhm.
Like, everyone freaked out about Pearl Jam, but I was just like, what about Alice in Chains?
Right.
Like, because the vocal harmonies were just like
Oh,
so
yeah.
tight. And I was just like, that was so cool to me, and something that no one else was doing.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's so freaking great, you know?
Well, and it's always had that Sabbathy darkness to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
I wouldn't
always
say it sounds like Sabbath, but it
No.
always has that tinge of that
Right.
Sabbath darkness.
I always like things that feel a little more dark, or maybe a little more sad. I don't know. There's something about like the kind of, I don't know, almost cathartic kind of like purging of the negative emotions in music, that was like really an emotional thing for me going through adolescence when, you're all just fucking angsty or whatever. I don't know. You need an outlet for that, and music did that for me. So
Shit, it still does that for
Well,
me.
yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
still does.
Yeah.
It still definitely does that for me. But
Well, and I have to say, Alice in Chains is probably vocal wise one of our biggest influences, because we try, and you came up to us after the show at Chicks that one day, and you're like, "Man, you guys' harmonies are spot on,"
yeah,
and that's what
really
we've
impressed me for sure.
That's what we've tried to do, is come up with 2-part harmony, 3-part harmony. If we can do 5-part harmony, let's go for
Fucking
it.
start a barbershop quintet, dude. Sweet Caroline.
So you bringing up the Christian metal band, that brought up this little reminded me of this name generator thing that I came across today. So we're gonna see if anybody can beat mine. Okay, so what is the name of your late 80s Christian metal band hit song? So we'll start with you. Your favorite international food.
I don't know.
Okay, your options are Chinese, Japanese, Mexican, Greek, Middle Eastern, Caribbean, Italian, Thai.
We'll go with Ty because my wife's name.
Okay. So, first part is disciples of. You're wearing a gray shirt, so it's disciples of angelic. The first vowel in your name is O, so disciples of angelic retribution, and your favorite fast food choice. Pizza, hamburger, french fries, chicken sandwich, or burrito.
Probably pizza.
Pizza? Okay. So, disciples of angelic retribution for the saints. That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's pretty freaking metal.
Yeah.
All right. Move down the line. What you got? Favorite international food?
Italian.
Italian. Sword of. We're going to call that gray? Gray?
Sure.
Okay, so sword of angelic revelation. Favorite fast food choice?
Probably a burger.
Okay, so sword of
Say a
angelic.
bird or a burger?
Sword of angelic revelation against the curse. That's pretty good. These are all pretty freaking dope. All right, Jaden.
Just
I'm
against
probably
the
gonna have to go
curse
with
could be a cool
Italian.
band name.
Italian, so we're sword of war-filled lust control. Favorite fast food choice?
I'll have to go with burgers.
Against the curse. So sword of war-filled lust control against the curse. These are great.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, man.
Let's go Mexican.
Mexican prophets of war-filled.
Burger.
Man, you guys are burger guys.
Yep.
At least we know where to go after a gig, right?
Yep.
I'm up for a burger. But
Yeah.
I'll eat the shit out of some
Okay.
pizza.
Right. That was
So
up there.
you said you went with Italian, right?
Mexican.
Mexican. Oh, that's right. Prophets of war-filled lust control against the curse. All right. Fuck bag.
Mexican.
That's it from now on.
What do you say? That's your Christian metal band name? Fuck bag.
Yep, that's it.
Next gig.
Oh, you joke.
Next gig, whenever we're introducing everybody. There's fuck
Fuck
bag.
bag. So, prophets of.
Good evening, everyone. We are bags of fuck.
You like Latin ass? I'm gonna
He
hurt
married
tomorrow.
Latin ass.
Yeah, that was good. Prophets of one motherfucker wearing blue shirt.
What are you doing over there? Is this like a name generator?
Breathing
thing?
after. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we got prophets of prayerful demon warfare. Your favorite fast food
Pizza.
for the saints. Prophets of prayerful demon warfare for the saints. Well, at least it's different.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah. All right, Zach. Favorite international food?
International food.
We got Chinese, Japanese, Mexican, Greek, Middle
Just
Eastern.
like I pick a nationality.
Yeah.
All right, let's say is Thai on there?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's do Thai.
So, disciples of. There is no orange. So, do you want yellow or do you want red?
Let's do yellow.
Yellow. Okay. Disciples of iron lust control.
I just like disciples of iron. Let's just go with that. That's freaking cool.
Favorite fast food: pizza, hamburger, French fries, chicken sandwich, burrito.
Hamburger.
Disciples of Iron, Lust Control Against the Curse.
Okay.
That is your late 80s Christian metal band hit song.
Okay. All right.
So, finally, mine is Prophets of War-Filled Lust Control for the Saints. It's clearly the title track of a concept album.
I like it.
Yeah, well, all right.
I like Disciples of Iron. Just that.
Disciples of
That sounds tough.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm kind of down with the
Kinda,
lust.
it kind of reminds
There's
me
a
of
whole lot of lust control in this
the
place.
riddle of steel.
A riddle of steel.
The riddle of steel.
Oh, yes.
Come to me, child. Come to me.
See that? Flesh is stronger.
Name that movie,
Come on. Jesus.
buddy.
I should probably know.
You let me down. Who are you? I'm Subotai. Archer. Thief. What are you doing here? Food for wolves?
Guess I don't know.
Between the time when the oceans drank Atlantis and the rise of the sons of Arius, there was an age undreamed of. And unto this, Conan, best destined to
good
bear the
Lord.
jeweled crown of Aquilonia upon a troubled brow. It is I, his chronicler, who can alone tell thee of his saga. Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
I thought maybe it was role
Dun
models.
dun 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 dun.
I thought maybe it was role models.
Role model? Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. I need to watch that one again. That was good.
Role models?
Yeah.
Matt, where's your damn phone?
It's on the floor.
It's on the floor?
I'm blaming him.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
my pocket. It ain't me.
Is it me? My phone is missing. Maybe it's me.
Your phone is right on top.
It's me. I bet it's me. I was blaming you. It was me. Oh, I still got my light on.
It's not
Draining my battery. Sorry, guys. I'm the culprit.
Whew.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm at 5.
You're what?
I said I'm at 5. You got a full hand?
No, I've just got 4.
Oh, well, you better catch up.
Well, I just started my 4th.
Damn.
I'm just not as cool as you.
Hydrated.
I'm just not as hydrated as you. Well, okay.
All right, so you guys got something planned for August.
September.
That's what I said.
Are we just naming months now?
He hasn't listened to a damn thing we've said on
Has this turned into Sesame Street?
Oh, shit, are you here?
Yeah.
I was thinking about pooping.
Is that the one with Donnie Miller? You're saying it? All right.
Yeah. Where's that going to be at?
They're in Coffeyville. Talking about downtown right now, but probably in that big parking lot behind the Cox building and all that.
Brent likes to play behind Cox.
Mm.
You've had enough.
I might get the whiskey.
And if you guys don't know, Donnie Miller is he's in the Kansas Hall of Fame now for playing the guitar. Hell of a blues musician. So that's really cool. You guys are playing with him. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it was just kind of a fluke thing. We've been doing a little bit of, and I mean, our own kind of podcast has kind of helped us and promoted us over there in Coffeyville. They've got kind of following over there, and they came to us with this idea, and they said, I think we want Donnie Miller to do it too, and we were kind of all like, okay, yeah, he's kind of Coffeyville royalty. Why not?
For real.
Like, sure, he can open for us.
No.
Oh,
Oh no, we're not doing that again.
Did that with you guys? Never again.
Yeah, no.
We enjoyed the fuck out of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
the good thing about that though was you guys went on and we're sitting there going, oh, "Fuck, we can't do anything against that, so we're just gonna get fucked up and whatever happens." We didn't care. It was like,
And it actually helped us.
it helped us because
You guys were
Yeah,
great.
you guys were awesome.
We had fun.
that was
the
probably
most
one of our
important thing.
better nights because we just didn't give a fuck anymore.
No.
We're like, well,
Well,
how do you
we-
play after that?
That's what I'd been kind of trying to get across to everybody, but then I'd get up there and I'm like, fuck, I messed that up, and get all pissed off, and I'd be right along with them, and then you guys go on before us that night, and I'm like, screw it, I don't give a shit anymore.
Oh, look, we messed up all over the place. We always mess up all over the place.
It's never gonna stop,
No. So,
Well, I had no idea you messed up.
Yeah,
No idea.
no,
well, that's because we sold it.
You did a
That's
great
the
job.
trick.
we're not
I know that
we're not good at that.
The first night we played at Chicks, you and your wife showed up.
Oh shit, yeah.
He and I were a nervous wreck.
Yep.
I was hiding behind the speaker from you.
Yeah.
Well, the night that we played with you guys was the first night. I think that was the first night I introduced the screams in the band.
Yep.
And my wife said she knew when the first scream was coming up, and she looked over at Matt and she told me that night, she goes, whenever you first screamed, Matt just had this big old smile on his face, like, that was good. I was like, that made me feel good.
No, it was great.
It was
a good
great,
time.
man. You let it rip. It
Yeah.
sounded awesome.
Yeah, I remember Brent coming up to me first night. Fuck, Matt's over there. I'm like, fuck. Can't suck. Then we sucked.
Oh, you guys are great.
Yeah, it's
You
I
know,
don't
just
know.
just
You're always
standing
gonna
up,
be hard on
just
yourself.
standing up there in front of people is 90% of the battle.
Yeah.
I mean, after that, it's like whatever, man.
Well, and that was one of our first shows in front of people
That was hard.
without
Other than the one
Yeah,
other
yeah.
in-laws.
Yeah.
That was the
that we
first
didn't
one.
know.
Yeah.
And
I've never done that. That was my
Yeah.
first time.
and that was Chad's first time too,
Yeah.
and and Jaden's too. I mean,
Yep. Yeah.
Jaden's a baby. He's
Yeah.
up there, But I mean, Brent and I had done it before, but it was still nerve wracking. It's always going to be nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as it's not nerve wracking, then you might as well get out of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're not going to have as much fun for sure.
Yeah.
I think part of the fun is the nervous energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a weirdo. Like everyone asks me, like, "Are you nervous? Are you nervous?" It's like, no, I'm not nervous. And then as soon as we're about to start playing, I get nervous. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
I'm never nervous until it's time to do the thing, and I'm like, "Oh shit, we're gonna do this now."
Yeah.
It's like I hope I'm ready. Hope all my preparations paid off,
Yep.
And then you fuck up and go like, "Well, I guess it didn't, but I'm doing it anyway."
I'm a
But
nervous
that's
wreck
just
the whole
it.
time.
You told me early on that you're going to mess up and
Yep.
nobody's even going to notice it.
No.
And-
No.
But you
That-
still.
That's
I mean,
our biggest thing.
I think you become your own biggest critic. And
Absolutely.
Yep.
And you, the five of you, will know when you mess up. The trick is
we knew.
Oh, yes.
There were plenty of times we were looking at each other.
See,
Going,
the trick is because any musician out there, if they don't hear it, they'll know it just because the way you guys react to each other. And
Yeah.
that's something that
Oh,
that's something you got to get away from. Because I mean, if you're not like,
We're bad about that.
I know. I'm terrible about it.
I do it to Quentin all the time. I try and smile.
Yeah.
It's like
That's what I
you're
do.
fucked out. Yeah. But hell, half the time he gives me shit because I play a whole bunch of songs that I wrote and I mess up the lyrics.
Yep.
I remember.
I don't know how many times I'll sing the second verse first. And, oh shit!
I did that in
And then I get to
Iowa.
the second verse and I'm singing the second verse again because I can't remember.
I'll get like halfway through, like there'll be a big solo, and I'm sitting there. Okay, what's the next line? I'll sit there and think about it the whole time. Gets a little bit closer. What's the next line? And all of a sudden, okay, right before it hits me right before.
Right,
Thank
right.
God, because I don't remember what that was.
Sometimes you screw yourself up by thinking.
I do that a
You
lot.
know, if you just
I
go on
way-
autopilot,
Yep.
you'll be all right.
I
As soon
way
as you start
overthink it.
thinking about it, you're just like,
Well, and it's not
falls apart.
You got to be careful when you're doing autopilot, because when you're on autopilot, you start thinking about other shit.
Right.
You know, and then it's like, oh shit, you know, I'm here. What? What?
That is the exact reason. Like, I'm not a person that smokes marijuana. I don't have anything against it. But for me, like I'm already a space cadet. Like I'm already fucking in my own head so much, and if I try to play music that way, it's like instantaneously my mind is just gone.
Yeah.
And then when I start, I'll be playing on autopilot, and then when I come back to reality, go, oh shit, I'm playing music, and then it's a train wreck. I fall apart.
Yep.
It's bad. So I don't do that anymore. I just drink beer and destroy my liver.
Yeah.
And sometimes sound badass because you're drunk.
So I can't play. When I drink.
Honestly, yeah.
I cramp up too bad if I drink.
Really?
So,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
So I don't drink when I play shows.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
I'd be more relaxed, but I just cramp up real bad, and it's never good. So,
Right.
You drink a liter of water before, pee, slam 3 beers, and then drink water during the show, and you'll be relaxed and you'll be hydrated.
What I like to do is, right before you go on, you know, like you said, be hydrated to begin with. 1 shot of tequila. Get a beer to sip on through the set, and I'm good. Because a little relaxed, you're not drunk, but loosens you up a little bit.
I'll have 1 or 2 beers before we play, and then, you know, whenever we were doing 3 sets, I'd have a beer to sip on between, or, you know, during each set.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't get trash or anything, but whenever we're practicing, that's a little different story.
Right.
And, you know, there's been times we've been at practice and I've been pretty well lit, and I'm like, oh, hell, that was pretty damn good. I need to remember that. And then I turn back around and I'm like, what was that?
I'm the opposite. I just drink the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yep. The longer it gets, the better for me it gets, because then
That's what she said.
I start. Yeah.
Oh.
I just by the 3rd set, I was like, I don't care what it sounds like anymore. I'm feeling good. So
Yeah, it's, you know, like I'm not trying to advocate for people getting fucked up. I'm really not. But sometimes, like, just getting out of your own way is the best thing that you can do for yourself. And alcohol kind of helps you do that sometimes. So I'm not saying that everyone should go drink. Maybe you can find a better way to get out of your own way. But I don't know. I get it, though. Are there any, like, I'm always curious because I play some drums and I'm not very good at it. They're good. Like, what do you do to warm up? Anything, like, is there, like you say, you cramp up sometimes, like if you're drinking too much, especially, but is there, like exercises that you might do or stretches that you might do that helps you kind of keep relaxed and keep, I don't know, your technique really good?
Kegels.
I'll have to try that.
I've been doing them here all night.
Was it the last podcast? Was it the last podcast we were talking about towel lifts? You try some of those.
That was pretty freaking hilarious.
Dude, I got like P90X for your dick, right?
Oh my God, people.
I don't know. I guess before
Don't call me Tony Little.
I guess before I play, like show wise, just hydrate, and I'll listen to the songs before we go and play. That way I can get the tempo and timing in my head. That way
Yeah.
I'm not rushing and everything like that, or playing too slow. Just kind of
Right.
have a fresh mind on everything. That's about it.
That's smart.
Have you noticed that every musician we talk to is way more professional than us?
Yeah. Yes, I have noticed that.
No.
Thank you.
He's the most professional one out of
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
We all just get up there and go with the flow.
yeah. Whatever happens, happens.
Whenever Mitch was getting a hold of me and asking me about this and that, and I'm like, I'd never thought of that. It's and I mean, there's been times like we were sitting there, one of the new songs that we're working on, one of the new originals. It's got a different timing. We couldn't quite figure it out the other day, and he's over there. Oh shit! No, I'm messing up. No, fuck! And I'm like, I know what I've got in my head. Let me come and try it. And then I go over there and I start fucking up, and I'm like, shit! What? It's
Get to overthinking it. I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and part of it, there's nothing worse than having it in your head and you can't
Yep.
reproduce it. It's like, oh, it's right there.
That's where, practicing all your scales and practicing all your rudiments, or, that's where all that comes in handy, because then you have the skill to get the thing out of your head.
Yep.
But practicing all that stuff sucks.
Yeah.
At least it does for me.
We just go,
Stand it.
just go for the brute force attack.
Right.
Play it over and over and over until you get it.
That's I don't know. Like, you play multiple instruments, right? Yeah. This is something I run into because I play guitar, I play drums. Probably about I would say probably equal skill level, which is maybe
Pretty
intermediate. Intermediate. So, but I'm just like, it's to practice to get really good at like rudiments on drums, then it's like I feel like I'm neglecting the other thing.
yeah.
And then I never get really anywhere with either one. Like, I'm just wondering, do you ever feel that way sometimes?
Oh
or-
yeah, all the time. I mean, there for a while I was, focusing a lot on drums, and it was with the first band before this. And
What was that band called?
Curse the Day.
Curse the Day. All right.
It didn't go anywhere.
Okay.
Totally different story. But it we couldn't find a drummer, period. I mean, we looked and looked and looked. Had one guy come in that just we don't even know what he was playing.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. No one could play with him.
and had a kid come in that was okay. He was pretty good, but he was more Southern rock, and and we were like, but so I was thinking, okay, maybe I should go to drums temporarily, just go with a 3-piece instead, and I didn't want to, but I kept on going back and forth.
Yeah.
Because guitar is really my thing, I feel like, and but I started focusing so much on drums at that point, and I was like, God, no, I'm neglecting my guitar big time,
Well, and like going back to like with Curse Today, it wasn't going anywhere because we couldn't ever get any traction. Every time we start to do something, we go way back, and it was just like after so long, it's like, why am I doing this? Why are we taking time away from our family? We're not doing nothing.
Wives getting
Right.
pissed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. I mean, it really is.
Blew up at the end of it.
It did, and that sucks, but it did.
Yeah, something flourished out of it though, and
Yeah.
I mean, we started, and we've been together a little over a year now. We started in February 2019, and towards the end of February, and I mean, 5-6 months later, we got our first gig, and I'm like, holy shit, this is going quick. And but then after that, it was kind of the same place
Yeah.
every time, which was fine because one, we were getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, and two, we enjoyed playing there, but we wanted more places to play, and you know, then those doors started opening up a little bit more, and you know, now here we are, where hopefully we can get a few more places to play, and you know, get in with a couple more different bands, and you know.
Well, I'm sure that, you know, things are starting to open up again. I'm sure that we will do some shows together.
We need to take them over to TJ's.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
they do great in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree.
The Pittsburgh sound. We've talked about this before. The Pittsburgh sound is really very 90s grungy type. I mean, they've got all different kinds over there, but from the time I lived over there in the late 90s to today, even there's still this core kind of 90s grungy sound, and I think you guys would go over really good over there. And TJ's is a really cool place. I mean, the
super small, but
the stage is
but
about
the
the size
energy
of this table, but
the energy is amazing. I mean, it's a
sounds
really
about
cool
like
place.
Well, yeah, we've done that. That's
and
all right.
you know, they're always free shows. That's what's cool about them. So, but yeah,
And before all this crap happened, we kind of had some ideas. We were wanting to try to get some stuff going around here just for local bands, because we know how hard it is to kind of get places to play. But
well, and you know, we need to get to Tulsa. We need to get to KC, but Wichita is pretty easy to get into. We've played there several times. There's another bar similar to TJ's in the fact that it has a small stage, but the bar's fucking awesome. It's called Kirby's Beer Store. And
I've heard of it.
It's like right across from the WSU campus.
Yeah. And the entire place is covered in stickers, band stickers. That's awesome. I mean, literally, somebody was brave enough to put one at the bottom of the toilet. You know what I mean? They had to flush and stick quick, you know? But they're everywhere. So, like, we had some friends go play there, and it was like, all right, here's your quest. We got 3 stickers up in there. And so, yeah, they went and found them all, and they were just scattered about, you know. But it's a really cool stage, really cool vibe. We played there twice. Once as a 4-piece and once as a 3-piece. So then we'll go back and do it as a 4-piece again.
Yeah.
So, but it's a cool place.
You mentioned something that I haven't really thought to ask anybody this, but you know, I guess there's a first time for everything. Something that I know we've probably each had to struggle with, and you mentioned like angry wives. You know? I mean, being in a band is a lot harder than just learning some music and going up there and doing that. Like, we're all grown ass men here that have jobs and responsibilities.
Well,
Well, yeah,
not all of us.
okay, but and some of you have wives, maybe kids. You know, that balance of taking care of the family, making sure everything's good at home, holding down your job, you know, being responsible, but then going out and doing the thing that you love, which is a lot of work in and of itself too.
Yeah.
It's definitely a balancing act. Like, is in this project, is that obviously you're thinking about it and you're managing that, but is that a struggle? Like, how does that play out for you guys?
it can be, depending on what's.
Yeah.
I love you,
can be.
babe.
Yeah, my wife is so supportive, and whatever she would know.
It really can be at times. It just depends on what
Yeah.
what you got going on.
It really come baseball season, you know, sometimes football season can be kind of hectic, but really baseball season is whenever it gets really hectic for us, because all of our kids pretty much play baseball.
Okay.
Good for them.
It's not as much of a struggle as it was with the first band, you know, just because we weren't playing anywhere. We weren't playing anywhere, and we were just a garage band. You know?
It's like, why are you wasting all this time if you're not going to do anything with it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's worth just showing up, drinking beer, and hanging out with guys. I mean, come on.
It is. But whenever that's a weekly thing, and your wives are getting pissed because they're staying at home with kids, and
Yeah.
which
I've been in that situation too, and
well, when you
is
can't get
hard.
everybody to commit to the band,
that's
then-
the
the
big thing,
and really, this is the same band as that was.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, pretty much.
minus one guy. I know that when Project Revolution started, we had 2 other people.
Well, I
But
mean,
they're gone. I mean, we're basically back to what we were back
Yeah.
then. But,
Yeah.
It's called fine tuning.
yeah, it's.
Sometimes it takes 6 years to do.
Well,
Well,
But it's worth it.
Yeah, you'd be better for it. I mean,
Well, and if we wanted to spend 3 years, with the other band, we wouldn't have half of the material. Well, actually, all the material we have.
right.
Because whenever we were just getting together and, it was just us 3 or us 4, we were sitting there writing, doing whatever we could do. And, and that material has moved over into this band. And
and there's a lot that we haven't even
oh, yeah.
worked on that, we just kind of get together, and if, like, say, if Brent couldn't make it, or somebody couldn't make it, if it just be 1 or 2 of us, we just sit there. Okay, well, let's do something completely different. And
yeah, but with this band, we've all made it.
we have,
I mean,
we have.
This hasn't been like the last time.
Well, and it's not, if one guy can't make it, it's not an absolute, just, oh, hold on, if one guy can't make it, of course, there's times whenever a gig's coming up, you got to work late or something. But, we usually all try to make it, especially whenever a gig's coming up. But there's been those times that one of us couldn't make it.
Yeah.
And it didn't really hurt us,
Right.
and it might have been the last practice we had, without Brent there, or Jake there, or whatever. But, I've always got to be there because it's my studio. So. But yeah, it's not been as big of a struggle.
Well, that's cool. That's good to hear.
But I think a lot of that also is, like
We're
you
out
said,
playing
we're out
now.
doing stuff, so it's a little bit more easier to justify the time you spend when you're doing something.
Now they can't get pissed at us for doing something. They can get pissed at us for spending the money to do those things.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't take long.
Okay, so the 4 of you are all in Coffeyville, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you live, man?
Chinook.
Chanute?
Yeah.
So you commute down once a week?
Yeah, that's what we've been doing right now, just
Yeah.
once a week.
And it comes in handy that they already have a drum kit there set up for you?
Yeah, that way I don't have to pack mine back.
Hell
and
yeah.
forth.
Nice. Hell yeah. Everybody should have that. Well, I mean, that's kind of the rule of thumb. You either
Oh,
have a
3
kit
of
for
them
the
said
drummer,
it.
or you play where the drummer
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah, right.
I'd like to get an electric one, though, just to have at home to
Oh,
practice on.
same,
to keep it
dude.
quieter.
Same.
He doesn't want it just at home, though.
I want it for just everything.
See, I like the acoustic kit for shows. I think it draws more attention and looks better than just playing.
It does.
I agree
rubber
with
plastic.
He had this great idea.
I have a dream.
and I fully supported him when it happened. Was getting that rack, and I mean the rack as far as setup goes gets it exactly where he needs it to be. But we both hate fucking hauling that
I
shit.
really thought that it would be easier to transport. It's
it
not.
sucks.
It's
Really?
not.
See,
It
I-
sucks.
Unless you just want to deconstruct the whole goddamn thing and then spend an hour building the kit every time you move it.
See,
Which,
I've got like little cheat marks on my kit that I made with a Sharpie, like where
yeah.
I set my legs for my toms and my
Yeah.
cymbals. That way I can just put it right there on that mark and lock it in, so I don't
Right.
have to sit down and adjust it a little bit. It's already
Yeah. That's
right
I,
good.
there.
did, I didn't think yours was that tough that night that we brought it in Chicks. It looked like 3 pieces. You snapped it together and drums went on.
No,
You were
yeah,
done.
it's not that bad. It's just
It's hauling
just hauling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awkward to fit in the trailer. It's you get it strapped
Right.
down. I mean, it's got scuff marks and dents and shit in it that were like, He doesn't sweat it, but every time it gets a dent in it, I'm like, man, you just got that. Dude, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
It's character.
oh.
It just adds character to it.
But you know,
Battle
like
scars.
the gig we had, the gig we had Saturday, we put it all together, literally to the side of the stage, and so after the drummer got theirs off, 3 people grabbed it and set it on the stage. So I mean, there are advantages to it. It's just there's so much shit that
That's the worst thing about being a
it
drummer.
eats up a lot of
There's
space.
so
Yeah.
much to move.
But I'm just saying, my dream. This is my dream. Just like Martin
Roadies.
Luther King.
Fucking
Right?
roadies, dude.
I've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah.
Everybody bring
He's
your
going
kids.
to the next level, and it's like, yeah. No, it's just is no cabinets on stage, no anything. We're just all in ear. Everything goes front of house, electronic drum kit, and it's like we just fucking just go boop, plug in. It's like, all right, we're ready to fucking go.
And
Like,
I
would
100
love that.
150%
It's not
agree
as
with
easy.
that.
It's not as easy as
Yeah.
it sounds like it would be
what has to come with that are the venues that can
venues,
support that shit
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the sound reinforcement to
yeah.
actually do it justice.
to do it.
So
Yeah,
it'd be nice in like
plug it in.
small places, so you can keep the levels all pretty good. I think.
but see, it won't work in
Oh, see,
small places.
I think
Oh,
it would.
really?
I think it would be good in big places with a
Okay.
big PA, because then
Yeah.
it's like you can control your in-ear monitors.
Yeah.
but
You don't have to rely on anybody for that,
right.
but you know that they have the sound reinforcement to make you sound good front of house. So it's like
Yeah,
you're good.
I mean, as of right now, aside from the drums, we could go completely cabless. But like TJ Leland's, you know, they have 2 single 15 monitors and 2 single 15 mains. That
Yeah,
room
that is not going to carry.
that
everything.
room is designed to push vocals through the PA, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, you start pumping in the guitar, the bass, and
Yeah.
that ain't gonna sound,
sound
right.
like poop.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, and see,
It's going to sound like Matt behind a bush
exactly.
out on the street.
3 feet backed up into that bush, just letting her go.
Oh, God damn it! I need to wipe with one of my socks.
No socks have ever been sacrificed. There have been some work orders.
I was going to say,
There have been some carbon prints that never made it back to the office.
then you get to the point where you're just carrying toilet paper in the truck with you.
Yeah, no, it was usually Taco Bell napkins, which was part of the problem. Yeah,
The problem and the solution.
yeah.
Taco Bell.
It doesn't affect me like it affected him.
Yeah, the hammer would drop, man. It was, we're fucking going. Yeah, it's good times. Your diet is very important to your bodily functions.
If you take nothing away from this episode,
Yeah. I mean, you hear everybody talk about a juice cleanse or, you know, using a colonic to clean you out. Dude, just spend $15 at Taco Bell, add some volcano sauce on top of that shit, and the next day you are clean the fuck out.
right?
Yeah. I mean, it's gone, and it's explosive. It ain't called volcano sauce for nothing. It's like some Mount St. Helens right out the back door.
People be sacrificing virgins to make it go away.
I mean, this is like
Stop.
this is like ancient humans. We're talking before the Aztecs. We're talking the Olmecs, man. We're going way back. They're like, yeah, it's gone. I mean, it's like, yeah.
back in high school, I had a Christian rock band, and well, I was right out of high school.
And pooping
And,
brought you to this point.
Yes.
He's talking about
Because-
volcano sauce coming out of his butt.
Because we went on what we call the Taco Bell diet. Because every day at practice, we went to Taco Bell for lunch. And I shit you not, I probably lost.
45 fucking pounds, man.
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, there's a lot to be said to put shit in your body that looks the same when it comes out. I mean, you know.
Oh my goodness.
I
That can't
think,
mean you're getting too many nutrients.
I'm thinking there's something to, if your asshole is fucking super sensitive, then you're not gonna want to push a whole lot of shit through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, I'm not eating today. You know, we're gonna take a break. You know, give me the cold pack. Man, we're gonna have to do a whole podcast episode on shit.
I think we just did. I think we did. We got it covered.
I'm telling you right now, we just scratched the surface.
Oh no. Wonderful.
I have been waiting 9 fucking episodes for this. I have so much information on poop.
He does.
You know,
We'll come.
God,
Connoisseur.
I wish I had the soundtrack on here, man. There's one day, it was running. I'm talking running. It was like, you know, your face turns red because it's like, it won't stop and it hurts. And,
Who does number 2 work for?
you know, it's like it goes, and you're like, and it goes. And I recorded it.
He did. Oh my God. How did I forget that? He did. I had it on my MP3 player. He did.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was like Beethoven's Fifth.
It was incredible.
It was like Beethoven's Fifth. of
It
shit.
went on forever.
You said you have it on your MP3
No,
player.
I know I've still got it somewhere.
You need
I
to see
may
if you
still
still
I
have it on
literally
your.
won't throw that shit away.
I think there's going to be a new hidden track on the next DOE album.
The best part was like the.
Oh my God. And yeah, I listen to this. And people would be
It was
like,
great. You put it in the truck stereo and you turn that up and you get the deep bass and it's like. Yeah.
It was just
Reverberations off the
nonstop.
porcelain bowl.
I
You know what?
I'm
this
saying go-
is what a cable repairman does. I'm here to tell you. Next time you call the cable guy and he comes out, you're like, that motherfucker.
I'm not letting the cable guy use my restroom.
No,
I'm
don't.
not
That
doing
would be
it.
smart. Yeah.
Don't leave your house with the cable guy in there either, because he'll use your bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking with that recording, go Rob Zombie with it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
this was-
Yeah.
It's like, doom, doom. Doom, doom.
And it was impressive.
Oh man.
You remember the time
It's
I
gotta
got
be
stopped
utilized.
up and you were like, go to Walmart, get you some magnesium citrate.
Yeah, and I told you to drink half the bottle.
You told me to drink half the bottle.
You drank half the bottle, you waited 4 hours, and you're like, no, this ain't
No,
working
I
out.
didn't wait that long. He said, just drink half the bottle. Do not drink all of it. Don't. Okay, so I go home and I drink half the bottle. And like 30 minutes later, I'm like, this ain't doing nothing. This is crap. Drink the rest of it. Next day, I'm like, man, I drank the whole bottle. Dumbass, I told you. I told you.
It's raining poo. Hallelujah, it's raining poo.
It was so bad.
You know who wrote the song It's Raining Men? Here's a music quiz for you guys. Anybody got a guess?
Mr. Hanky.
No, but you're close.
Rick James.
No.
Bitch.
No.
Doctor.
You remember David Letterman's show? The Paul Schaefer.
Paul Schaefer wrote
Paul
that?
No
Schaefer
shit.
wrote It's Raining Men.
Really?
Huh.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, he wrote that song.
Huh.
It's my music trivia
Hell yeah.
for this evening.
I like that.
Charlie Murphy.
Now you know. And knowing's half the battle.
Joe. Oh, shit. You guys are keeping you up over your bedtime. This is a great old fucking
My bedtime. I'm just trying to catch up in beers so we can play some poker.
I got like 6 cards.
Oh, I'm pretty sure
All right.
you won.
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Oh, my hand's terrible.
Mine's probably worse.
You're close.
Depending on what he has.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Shall we do it?
So okay, so here we got to set a rule, and you guys set the rule, okay? You got 5, right?
I got 5.
I got 6. So what do I throw out? Low card or high card?
Oh, the low card.
Low
Yeah,
card?
That's cool
okay.
with me.
Yeah.
Okay, throw out the low card. All right, what you got?
I basically just have Jack High.
Jack high?
Oh, shit.
Shit, I won. King high.
Yeah. I have
2 for 2!
4, 7, 8, 9 Jack.
I have 4 Jack, King, 3, 6. And,
Yep.
and a 2.
And a 2.
And a 2.
Matt, second week in a row. Matt's the winner.
Yeah.
Bastard. All right. Get you next time.
Hey, so where can we find you guys online?
Project Revolution Band on Facebook and Instagram. At Project Revolute 5 on Twitter.
Revolute
Yeah.
with the E or T5? Is it
T5.
Revolut? It says Revolut.
Voice tracks.
Yeah, it probably is.
Revolut.
It was actually Chad that made it, so who the hell knows what it means?
Nobody gets on Twitter.
Yeah, fucking the man gets on Twitter. Come on. Yeah.
I always forget.
He's all Twitter, dude.
I always forget about Twitter
I
that we
hate
have.
Twitter. I despise
absolutely.
Twitter.
I
Figure it out.
I can't stand it, but I always forget that we have it, and then I'm like, oh shit, I just posted this. I need to go post it on there. So, and then Project Revolution. You can search Project Revolution Band on all one word on YouTube, and that will bring us up.
Nice.
But yeah, we've been posting acoustic versions of our songs right now. Hopefully here soon we'll have a blooper reel because we got a shit ton of bloopers.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Excellent.
Cool.
Well, man, we really appreciate all you guys being here with us this evening. Everyone, please go ahead and check them out online, on YouTube, on social media. Please subscribe to this podcast if you're listening for the first time. You can go to us on YouTube, Off the Edge. Of course, you found us. Duh. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell icon to get notifications for new episodes. You can find us also on Spotify and Google Podcasts and a bunch of other podcast outlets. So we hope you've enjoyed this as much as we have. Thank you, Project Revolution, and we'll see you next time.
thanks guys.
Later.
Bye.